Hi, everybody. George Bliss out here. 2022, the finest versus the bravest. That's Chicago Fire Department versus Chicago Police Department at beautiful Sox Park, as we call it, for many, many years. In the broadcast booth today with me, your play-by-play guy in a few minutes is going to be Spiro Frentzas. And the backup today is none other than Eric Baake. We're going to give the lineups here very quickly. Then I'm going to turn it over to my good friend Spiro for the play-by-play. The police are batting first. I'm going to give you the starting lineup for the police. Neufeld's going to lead off. Sweeney, Matthews, Udall, Huber, Sagova, Cantu, Pagan, Godinez, and Escamilla. So without further ado, let's go right to Spiro Frentzas and get the play-by-play as the first pitch is in there for us strike.
Welcome to another year of Chicago Braves, Chicago Finest Baseball. We are here at beautiful Sox Park. Oops, as I get myself ready to go. Currently we're at a 0-2. I stand corrected, 1-1. Foul ball over the first base dugout. Strike three. Neufeld goes down on 4 pitches. Sweeney's up. Sweeney's a big 6'2" right-handed hitter. Takes his cuts, looks at the pitcher, see what we can got here. Eric, what do you think is going on right now?
It's hard to say. I mean, we've seen a lot of these guys play in the years past, and we'll see if they can continue their streak of winning.
You know, going back years, I've been doing this for about 17 years now between the Braves and the Finest, and you know, the Finest have gotten the best of the Bravest in the majority of the games now. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. So we're sitting there at 1-1. Sweeney, I'm sorry, 0-2. I'm getting my calls wrong right now. I got to put on new glasses. What do you think, Eric?
You're doing better than at least the umpire.
That is true.
Struck him out.
3 straight pitches, 3 straight strikes. Around the horn, around the horn. Look at the ball players go around the horn. Eric, what do you think the chances are of the Bravest this year? Let me hear what you have to size up the teams. What do you think is the strong points and weaknesses of each team?
The Firefighters definitely have the stronger batting, but I will say the police definitely do have a good, strong defense out in the field.
Well, you know what? They've always been proven to have a good defense. Pitcher goes into the windup, delivery, foul ball, right into the stands, right over the third base side. Some kid's going to get a lucky baseball. Now, we've got Matthews, big Matthews. He's looking to just rip one right down the line, get on base.
If my memory serves me, last year Matthews hit a home run.
I believe you're correct. Chased an outside pitch. You know, the good thing about Matthews is he can dig in and get a good cut on the ball. Currently, right now, we're sitting at 0-2 and see what the pitcher delivers. I'm going to say he's going to go with a nice curveball, just fake out Matthews. Delivery, and a chop to the shortstop. Switch, throw, and not in time. Doesn't have the arm to get it across the field. Eric, what do you think that should have happened right there?
I think that shortstop should have thrown it just a little bit sooner, and they would have gotten him.
You know what? If the shortstop had charged the ball, I think they would have had him. The problem is that he waited for the ball to get to him instead of charging it. I think if he would have gone for the ball, I think he would have had a better play at first base. Matthews is not a real strong runner, but you know what? Shortstop allowed himself to get played.
That is true. You gotta be
a little more of a defensive player, I think.
You have to attack the ball when it's coming to you. Move in and grab it, get it to where it needs to go.
Sean Moy up to bat. Took ball 1. You got Matthews at first. Short lead. Now they're playing Moy just a little bit deep, and I don't understand why. He's not a real big power hitter. He does make really good contact, but I'm looking to see where he puts the ball in play. for the Finest to get on the board. There goes the runner. Fouled again off to the right-hand side. Macias was looking to take off. He was looking for second base.
Macias was looking just to grab that base and just go. Really funny. A police officer stealing second base.
Maybe he might get arrested. I don't know. But here's a key note. If the Finest get off to a lead, it always puts more pressure on the Bravest. And right now they need to get a double play to get out of this and get up to bat, see what they can do. Pitcher goes into his delivery. The pitch. Good pitch. Good pitch. Inside. Strike 2. 1-2. Macias is getting a little itchy on first base. He looks like he's ready to take off at the next pitch. I don't know. What do you think?
I think the second that bat makes contact, he's going to leave the base and just go for it. Doesn't matter if it's a fly or ground ball, he's just going to go.
Foul tip. See it right back at it. I'd watch the cameras that we've got back here. Hope they don't break.
That one looked like it was going to hit us this time.
Look, Moy's got a good, solid swing. He's been playing for a number of years with the Finest. If he can make contact, you got the big man up next. At this point, who knows what could happen. But right now, he needs to make contact. He's got a 1-2 count, 2 outs. Runner takes off, time called. Macias is wasting juice running back and forth from first to second.
Although
no, he's got to go back. They call time. He's got to go back.
He tried.
I'm saying he's wasting juice running back and forth from first to second. He's got to get that jump. He's got to pivot that lead off at the specific moment where the pitcher's in his windup and he can take off and take that bag.
I'm also noticing that the Firemen, they're playing nice wide gaps in between shortstop and third base and between second base and first base. Line drive, and they got runners advancing 1, maybe even 2 bases.
I agree with you. I think right now, you know what? Lay down a bunt. He's out. He's out. That was a beautiful pitch.
That was right over the plate. He's got to be kicking himself after that.
Hey, it's like we're going on a little commercial break right now. Welcome back to the second inning. Take that back. It's bottom of the first. Bravest up. Bobby Macias.
I know you want to go home, but this is just a little bit early.
I'm sorry about that. Ball 1, a little outside.
Now we'll really see here how the Bravest will be able to come back and hit us a few.
Look, right now they just have to get base runners, get guys on the field, get guys on the bags, and get them out there. Good eye.
0-2 count.
That's 2-0. It's 2-0. Right now, Bobby Macias still digging in, left-handed batter. The delivery. And another ball, foul tip right back at us. I'm like, I almost had it.
Back in your day, what position do you play?
I was a catcher. I got drafted as a pitcher and ended up as a catcher. Good cut. He's staying alive. Bob Macias is just staying alive. He's got to settle down a little bit in the box. He's opening him up. He's opening himself up to pulling the ball and not getting square. He's got to square up on. He's got to sit still. He's got to pace himself. He's got to get himself into a position where he can get a good cut on the ball.
Yeah, he's just going a little bit too aggressive. He needs to just slow down just a little bit and just focus to get that hit.
2-2 count. Pitcher in his windup. Delivery. Foul tipped again. Look, he's settling down. Most important thing is right now is that he's settling down. He's seen a number of pitches right now. He's got to choose the one that best suits his ability to hit the ball and put it in play. So I think right now is 2-2 count, delivered from the pitcher. Foul ball right above our heads. Oh, some lucky fan's going to get a baseball. Well, it looks like we got a great crowd out here. Again, 2-2 count. Pitcher waits for the signal. Goes into his windup, and the delivery. Good cut again. Another foul tip right above us. Okay, he's got to square up right now. I think he should choke up on the bat a little bit and just look at the next pitch. Now, as a former pitcher myself, back in the day, I think this is where you got to give him something like a changeup or a curveball to just offset the consistency of fastballs coming in. The delivery, again, foul ball behind us. Macias has seen a number of pitches right now. The whole idea right now is for him to square up and just tee one off.
At this point, I would just throw a low slider, see if we can get him swinging something in the dirt, just to get him out of here.
He's got to do something different because if he goes back to the middle of the plate one more time, he's gonna rip one into the outfield. And delivery, there you go, down the third base side, fair ball. That's gonna get him 2. Hustle, hustle, hustle. That's all I can tell you. He's in for 2-bagger. Nice hit down the line, down the third base line.
He kept swinging at those fastballs, and eventually it just paid off when he just caught just the tip of it, sending it right up the third base line.
Like I said, the pitcher was playing dangerously. He put one over the plate into the inside of the plate, and he ripped it down the line. Right now we got Dakota Pizarnik. I don't know if I said that correctly.
I don't know either.
Right-handed batter. Hey, right now we got Marcus is taking a good lead off second base. The delivery. Big hit down to center field.
Tag up.
Center fielder's got it. No tag, no tag, no tag. Smart play. Now we got the big man, Tony Budvaitis. Now Tony's a former ISU baseball player, so he's been around the game for a long, long time. Tony stands around 6'3", about 220. Oh, I take that back. That's Dan Pedrecki. Him and Budvaitis can look like twins. I swear to God, they look like twins. The delivery. Strike one.
That was a very close across the inside.
Look, he just caught the inside of the plate. Dan's got to be ready for it at all costs. The delivery. 1-1. Ball's outside.
That just speaks to the pitcher, how you can just control it, getting it on either side of the box. Hopefully make him swing at something that he doesn't want to.
The delivery. Now you got a 2-1 count.
2-1
man
count.
on second, and he's itching to run. Now the one thing you have to be careful at this point is whether or not the base runner is going to take off and get picked off, or he's going to be smart and wait for the delivery. Nice chopper foul. Now you got a 2-2 count, 1 out. The whole premise behind this plate appearance right now is got to get the ball in play. You got to put the ball in play because you got the big man Tony Budvaitis on deck. Tony, as I mentioned before, is a former ISU baseball player. So Pedretti's got to get the ball into play. Pitcher's in his windup, the 2-2 count. Just got the inside corner, strike 3.
Got him looking. That always is going to sting.
You know, Pedretti gave the umpire a couple good words, and off to the dugout he goes. He's not really too happy about it, but you know what? It still keeps the Bravest alive. They got Tony Budvaitis. Again, like as I mentioned before, Tony's a solid 6'3", 225, former collegiate baseball player in his own right. Let's see what Tony does. The delivery. Tony swung a little flat-footed, and uncharacteristically of Tony, he doesn't normally swing that flat-footed, so I'm kind of surprised here. Took the first pitch, 0-1, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Pitcher goes into his windup. The delivery. A short chopper to first. Second baseman gets it right to the first baseman. Tony did not get a good swing. And off to the second inning we go.
Indeed. Back in a few.
Back in a few.
Fans did not have to return the balls onto the field. Some of the ushers were making them throw them back.
Yeah, they are because they handed it to me. And I've never known about doing it.
No. Balls go in, they stay out. Okay?
Is it getting hurt on the field or on the job is serious business. No one knows this better than one of our sponsors. Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy. That's a true Chicago company. Sports and enjoy.
There we go. Here we go. Top of the second inning. Currently right now we've got a 1-0 count.
Now batting.
Delivery. You got 2-0 count. You got the first baseman up. Huber is up to bat right now. Kyle's a left-handed batter, waiting for the 2-0 delivery. 3-0 delivery. Pitcher's got to find his groove here. I don't know.
He did a lot of damage last year, so I think they might try and just walk him here just to be safe.
Listen, up. Pop fly, right field. Right fielder's calling it. Call it. Oh, he caught it. 1 out, 2 hands. Boys and girls out there in baseball land, 2 hands. 2 hands. Now we got Matthew Sagova. Matthew's been playing for baseball with the Finest for a number of years. He's an average height, about 5'9", 5'10". Good, solid 200-pounder. Got a good swing on him. The delivery, 1-0, low and outside. Pitcher goes into his windup for the 1-0 count. Pop fly, foul ball. It's up above us. Everybody keep your heads up. Foul ball.
A little bit more, and that would have gone all the way up to the upper decks.
The wrong upper decks, though. Behind us, not in front of us, for a home run.
Well, if it had gone in front of us, that would have been an infield fly.
That is true. Delivery. Foul tipped off the catcher. Now, speaking as a former catcher, I used to hate those. You used to get one out the face mask. Somebody throwing 100 miles an hour. Now, the guys over here are not throwing that hard, but nevertheless.
They're still throwing in the 80s, but...
Still throwing in the 80s, but you never want to get one foul tipped off your helmet.
I honestly thought that the batter hit him with the bat on the swing.
No, that's a different sound altogether. The 1-2 count, delivery, jammed him again. Out towards right field. Right fielder's running, chasing it down, caught it on the line.
That was a good catch.
That was an amazing catch. So currently, we had 1 base runner for the Finest. Nobody's on base at this point on top of the 2nd inning. Marino Cantu is up. Marino's a stout young man. I would say a good 5'6", 5'7".
I'd say 5'4", looking maybe.
I was being kind.
230.
I was being kind. Hey, it's a 1-0 count.
True.
Pitcher's looking to give his delivery at this point. And the windup and the delivery. Good, solid hit right up the middle. Good base hit. Cantu just rounds out the first. Good base hit.
And with that comes with Cantu's size. He can just hit those nice line chops and just go over the infielders and land it before they get to the outfielders.
That was a beautiful line drive down past the second baseman, between the short and second baseman. Jacob Pagana, catcher's up right now. His job right now is to advance the runner. 2 outs. Top of the 2nd inning. Pitcher goes into his windup. And the delivery. Knuckle to the shortstop. Turns to the second baseman. Out for out number 3. End of the top of the 1st inning. As we go on break to the bottom of the 1st. Betting up right now is Brian Letke. He's digging into home plate in the right-handed batter's box. Sizing up the pitcher and taking a look at what he's the delivery. Here comes the delivery. Inside. Ball 1. Mike is looking to get him on the bag right now. Chopper towards the pitcher. Pitcher grabs it. Fire to first. Out in time. Got him. He's done. He's out. He's got to run a little bit faster than that.
A little bit faster or just hit it a little bit deeper just to get it all the way out there, just so enough time to get to first.
If he'd actually hit it a little bit more to the left towards the third base line, I think he would have had the pitcher not so close to the ball. So at this point, he made an out, unfortunately. Todd Suchik's been around since I can remember. Left-handed batter, probably one of the best hitting firemen on the team. Great eye. He's got a 1-0 count on him. Pitcher goes into his windup. Todd sizes him up. Knuckled right to the shortstop. Todd's not a quick runner, out at first.
Should have put a little bit more speed on his run, and he would have been able to get there and get that first.
Now, Todd's son, I believe, played football in college. I think he went D1 football in college. So, you know, he comes from a very athletic family. His kids are just enormous athletes in their own right. Scott Balsner is another crafty veteran. Digs into his batter's box, looks at the pitcher, waiting for the delivery. Strike one. Chasing a little high ball. You know, he's got to settle down, look for something that's more in the middle of the plate. These guys, if I look at pitch, they cannot just start swinging at everything that comes across the plate unless it's right in the middle of the plate. The delivery, foul tipped, right back to the catcher. You have an 0-2 count on Scott. Scotty's got to find his groove. He's got to find a way to get on base. Got to keep the Braves on plates swinging away. Good eye. 1-2. Now, the job of the finest is to get them off the field as quickly as they possibly can. But Scott has got to find a way to keep him going. Pitcher comes in for the delivery. Foul tipped again. Foul tipped all the way right behind us. Oh, lucky fan. Lucky fan got a nice little souvenir. I wanted to be nice and not mention the fan dropped the ball. Pitcher goes into the windup. The delivery. Chop back to the pitcher. Pitcher's just going to walk and underhand to the first baseman for out number 3. That is the end of 2. Still scoreless. Braves have got 1 hit. Finest have got 2 hits. We'll be right back. All right, we're back now. Top of the 3rd inning. Still a 0-0 game. See if we can change all this and get some runs on the board. Make this a really interesting game. Finest versus the Bravest. Currently right now, Finest are up the bat. Braves are in the field. As we're waiting for the next batter to come up. So right now we've got Antonio. That's up the bat, number 27. Godillas waits for his windup in the pitch. Chopper towards the first baseline. Pitcher runner. No, safe. Did not get there in time.
I don't know about that one.
Did not get there in time. The first baseman that just could have taken the play by himself, but decided to underhand it to the pitcher. The pitcher wasn't there just quite in time.
You know, I still never got why they didn't let people slide into first base.
Well, they do on certain occasions, but you're not supposed to. Juan Pedro Escamilla. I love this guy's name. Juan Pedro Escamilla. Shortstop. Waits for the delivery and the pitch. Strike one. You got a
little bit low, but he definitely got it over the plate.
1 out. 1 strike. The delivery. Strike 2. That was a little inside, but you know what? From my perspective here, it looked a little bit, it was inside. But you know what? Juan Pedro's got to dig in, choke up on the bat. As he's waiting for the pitcher to give his delivery. 1-2.
I think he's hoping to get him to swing at that one, but he was ready for it.
He's got to be a little bit more prepared. He's got to see what's going on with the pitcher's delivery. Here we go. Pitcher's delivery. Ball gets past the catcher. He's got to be able to block that plate.
If there had been someone on base, he would have been gone.
First fundamental of baseball, as a catcher, block the ball. Now, I know these guys aren't professionals, but fundamentals of baseball, block the ball. You got 2-2 count on Escamilla. The delivery from the pitcher. 3-2 count. Full count on Escamilla. Escamilla is the shortstop for the Finest. Is waiting for the 3-2 delivery. Foul tip behind us. Some lucky fan did not catch it.
Although, unfortunately for him, he did lose his beer.
It happens every once in a while. It does happen. I would have been more impressed if he got the ball in the beer.
That would have been a bonus.
But not all of us can be that good. So you got 3-2 count, 1 out. Delivery from the pitcher. Ball 4. Walked them. Escamilla had good eyes, good control of his eye-hand coordination where he didn't swing at a bad pitch. So we're at the top of the third. 1 out, man on first, and you got Alex Neufeld, top of the order, center fielder, up at the plate. Delivery from the pitcher. Goes into his windup. Delivery. Low. Ball 1. If I was the catcher, I'd keep an eye on the first base runner. Don't want him skipping off to second base at this point.
Yeah, and we got to be careful. If he lets one go by him, that's going to be an easy base for him to grab.
Maybe 2, depending on how quickly he gets to the ball. 1-0 count, 1 out. Pitcher throws to first. Runner safe at first.
That was not smart. He called out for it so that he knew as soon as he was going to turn and throw for it.
Look, at this point, you got to make sure you keep the ball inside the infield, turn 2, and get out of this inning. Got a 1-0 count, 1 out. Pitcher goes into his windup and delivery. Foul tipped. Got a 1-1 count. Kravetsky's gotta come up with something new. Maybe a curveball, a slider, a sinker. Something's got to happen where he's going to trick this batter. Got a 1-1 count, 1 out, top of the third, man on first. As Neufeld digs into the batter's box, waiting for the delivery from the pitcher. Pitcher goes into his windup. Here we go. Nod, the shake, the throw. Again, foul tipped, fouled down the third base line.
I'll give it credit where credit's due. That third baseman, he was ready to be there and grab it.
Yeah, well, that's his job. Got to make sure he's there and get it all. Best thing about this right now, it's the pitcher's count. 1 ball, 2 strike, pitcher's count. Fool him, throw some junk, but make sure your catcher can scoop it from the dirt. Again, 1-2, 1 out, man on first. Pitcher goes into his windup. The delivery popped up. Infield fly rule should be easy catch for the shortstop. Easy can of corn for the shortstop.
Unfortunately, there goes that infield fly rule.
No. So now you got a 2 outs, top of third. You got a man on first. Question is, do you leave him stranded at first base, or do you advance to second or third with a nice line drive somewhere?
They can get that line drive between third and shortstop. They can at least pull for maybe 1.
Sweeney digs into the plate. The delivery from the pitcher. Runner takes off. Safe at second. Throw was a bit to the wrong side of the bag. It was on the third base side. I think if he would have had it on the first base side, I think he would have had a good chance of getting him out.
Yeah. Now all Sweeney has to do is put a nice ball in between first and second, and we got a runner who might be able to dig all the way to home.
That is true. That is true. Right now we're 0-1 count. 2 outs, top of the third, man on second, who's got some sort of speed. Pitcher gets the signal. Pitcher sets. Pitcher goes into the windup and the delivery. Ooh, check the swing. 1-1 count.
A little bit inside there, which was smart that he pulled a swing before he got the bat a little bit too far.
Pitcher asked for a check down the first base line. First base umpire called ball. Pitcher waits for the signal. Sets. Gets ready to go into the windup and the delivery. Ooh, that is a beauty of a pitch.
That time he got the swing a little bit too far.
Didn't even swing. Left it on his shoulder and just bent his knees and got the call. You got a 1-2, 2 outs, man on second. Sweeney looks to put the ball into play. Pitcher's getting his signals. Oh, timeout. Didn't like what he saw. Did not like to see what he got. Let's see. Back on the rubber. Gets the signal from the catcher. Gets into his windup and the delivery. Strike 3. You're done. Out of the inning with a man on second. Not the way you want to leave it if you are the finest. You do not want to leave base runners stranded on the bags. We're back. It is the bottom of the third inning. I'm sitting here with George Bliss. George, what do you think you see going on with the Bravest and the Finest right now?
Well, I'm kind of surprised that it's a scoreless game, and I want to welcome all the listeners that are listening on the Fire and Police Network. Spiro, Frentzas, thank you for coming out again this year. My good friend Eric Baake, all the staff here.
Ternecki has, I don't mean to interrupt you, George, but Ternecki's got an 0-1 count on him. He foul tipped it back.
Yeah.
Again, another foul tip. So he's behind the count right now with an 0-2 count.
Turrentine, 17, yeah.
Turrentine.
But the game moves slow, so I kind of talk a lot. But the park is absolutely incredible. This year, Fire's on the home side in the red, and of course the black. The police department on the first base, timeout on changing the ball. But what a spectacular night and a very good crowd tonight. I would say the best one I've seen so far in my 5 or 6 years with you.
We've been doing this for longer than 5 or 6 years, but it's been a good number of years. We've got, I would say, a good 7,000-8,000 people here. What do you think, George?
Absolutely.
Pitch goes into his windup. Knuckleball to the first baseman.
Commander Bauer's wife walked in. What's going on? What's happening? Come on, stay here for just a second.
We've got some
Where's
visitors.
The daughter today? Where's she at?
She should be here. I haven't seen her yet, though.
It's Commander Bauer's wife. And
this
year, another incredible crowd.
Yeah, this is great. It's so much fun.
Currently, right now,
Yanez is right over there.
Morales is
Carlos Yanez. He's in the first row. So I just met him the other day. Wonderful. All right, love you.
So
See you later.
right now we got a 1-0 count, 1 out. Bottom of the third, Morales is at the plate, digging in. Pitcher gets a signal, goes into the windup. Foul tip by Morales.
That was Commander Bauer, who was tragically killed
years
ago. That's his wife.
That's
I
his wife.
Became friends with him through this ball game, and we've talked on the phone ever since. It's just heartwarming for me to say hello to her tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree, George. Pitcher goes into his windup, knuckle down the first baseline, foul ball. George, like you mentioned, we've been doing this for a number of years. I think it's well over 10 years that we've been doing this together. And we've made so many friends on both the Chicago Fire and Chicago Police Department. We're very privileged to be calling games here at wonderful Sox Park, guaranteed rate field, as they call it now. Pitcher goes into his windup, ball. We got a 2-2 count, 1 out. Bottom of the third, Morales is still bad bat. And as I was mentioning, George, we've made a lot of good friends with both the fire department and the police department. Both people are swung and missed, strike 3. And as I was saying, we've made a lot of friends with both of these fine police and fire department that risk their lives for us each and every day. You know, we owe them a gratitude of respect because what they do for the amount of money that they make is unheard of. You know, these people put their lives on the line to protect us each and every day, so we owe them our respect. Do you not agree with me, George?
I do agree 1,000,000%. Let me tell you who I've met. The wonderful lady that runs this park, P.J. Freyer.
Oh, yeah, I remember P.J. when I used to play.
Yeah, she's incredible. And, of course, Michael Spadali and Michael Mazza, Mr. Reinsdorf, his staff, Howie Pizer, all the people that are working here in security, CPD, Vince Macias, the captain.
George, give me a second. We have an 0-2 count, two outs. Delivery, struck 3. Just, you know what? He was a little anxious. I'm sorry for cutting you off, George, but wanted to get that last play in before we ended the inning really quickly.
Right, so no score again, and I don't know. I didn't bring any luck to this. I don't know what's going on here. I just can't figure it out. But it was so great to see Erin Bauer just 30 seconds ago here. The wife of Commander Bauer, and she's looking for her daughter Grace. Grace, where the hell are you?
Grace, time to find you. Come back down to the ballpark, and we'll be right
back after this.
Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the. We're at the top of the 4th inning with the finest up to bat. George, what do you see happening here?
I see some action. I'm going to get bored here because, baseball is Nationals pastime. But, by the way, I see in the crowd, and I'm going to try to call him out, mayoral candidate Willie Wilson. A lot of VIPs come to this park, and why shouldn't they? And politicians, this is a good spot, quite frankly, to pick up votes. Do you not agree, my friend?
Oh, I agree. As Dave Matthews bounces out to the first baseman, 1 out. Again, top of the 4th inning, 1 out. I agree with you, George. I think a lot of mayoral candidates that come to these games are looking for votes and how to position themselves to make things better for both the fire and the police department.
It's going to be the craziest election in your lifetime. Trust me when I tell you that.
It is. I've been through a number of them. I turned 52 this year.
Come on.
I turned 52 years old this year.
A deck of cards, 52.
I turned a deck of cards this year. Sean Moyes at the plate. Got a 0-1 count, 1-1. Swung on, got an 0-2 count, 1 out. Top of the fourth inning. George, what do you think needs to happen right here?
Well, I mean, both teams pitching well. These balls are breaking as much as you'll see in the pro leagues. These guys are hard to hit.
Well, there goes one past the catcher, as George mentioned. These balls are hard to hit, especially when you can't get to it when it's away from the plate.
Well, Kyle Huber, he's been with the team, number 19.
He's been for at least a decade.
Yeah. Of course, Mike Bars is here tonight, one of the big commanders from the whole CPD. Mike Bars is over in the dugout on first base. We want to send it best out to Mr. Bars. He's a great one.
Pop fly out to left field. Looks like the shortstop's going to call it. Out number 2. Shortstop got it. We got 2 outs. Top of the fourth. And we got the big man up right now. Kyle Huber's up, number 19, big man. See what he can do. George, again, as we watch baseball, now it's America's pastime. Now, obviously, these are not professional athletes. These are everyday working firemen and police officers, risking their lives every day. And for them to have the opportunity to play on a major league ballpark is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, well, I played softball at some pretty big parks, but there's nothing like a major league park. And speaking of great policemen, Officer Yanez, who was sadly shot last year, is close to me, too. I want to say hi to Carlos Yanez here on the radio.
Oh, of course.
Wonderful man I talked to the other day.
No, I understand that, right? And as we get back into this game right now, we've got a 1-1 count, 2 outs, top of the fourth inning. Pitcher goes into his windup. The delivery, good cut, but it's coming right back by us, over everybody's head. And as they cover my 1-year-old son's head, who's sitting here, first baseball game. I got to walk my son on the field. It's his very first baseball game. My daughter here, too, is 3 years old. As you know, I became a dad recently.
Wow, and he's right here behind us having fun. And I see he's absolutely smiling and having a great time.
He's just a dynamite of a kid. Wow, you're talking about a delivery and a pitch. That dad just caught the outside corner, missed it by millimeters, not inches, by millimeters, George. You got a 2-2 count on 2 outs, top of the fourth. Huber's just waiting for his pitch right now. The delivery comes in, ball 3. You got a full count, George, full count. What do you think?
Well, he's going to come in. When I coached high school ball, 3-2, if you're anywhere near, you got to swing. I mean, it is a game that's not like life and death. Let's see if he's swinging here.
Got to choke up on the bat a little bit,
Yeah,
George.
lefty. Let's see if he pulls it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's swinging.
Oh, he's got it right through the second baseman, right down to right field side. Huber's got a base hit, keeping the Chicago Fire alive. Look at that. And you got the little bat boy on the finest getting the baseball bat. I don't know if it's his dad, his uncle, or just another officer.
Segovia's been here for a long time as well.
Segovia's been here for, again, another
He played
crafty
a lot of
veteran.
college ball, didn't he?
He did. He did play college ball, I believe, Division I, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a lot of great players here.
At least on the Chicago Finest, I know there's a lot of Division I players on the finest side. Right now, you got a count, 2 outs, man on first, the delivery, ball 1. George, what do you think? Are we going to see some action right now? Are we going to see Sagovia put one in the field, get a base runner to third, where we can see some action with a?
Well, Freyer doesn't want to put this guy on, so he's got to come in. He's got to come in.
We don't want to see the Fire fall apart either. We want to see them keep it alive. We got a 1-1 count. Good cut by Sagovia, but just a little late.
I don't know what the speed is. I don't know what the speed got on here at this Major League Park, but I'll tell you, it isn't slow. I couldn't hit it.
They're timing it with a sundial right now. And the sun's not out, George.
Yeah. What beautiful weather we have today in 2022.
It is gorgeous weather. Nothing like being in a Major League ballpark. I miss playing baseball when I was, in my time. But, I look to the future with my son playing maybe professional baseball.
That would be something.
Going to the next level, past where I went. Playing AAA, going past where I went, and seeing him play in the pros is something that, my dad wanted to see me do. But unfortunately, I didn't get past AAA, but, it happens. I got to a certain level.
Absolutely.
Takes off, runner takes off. Throw down. Nope, not in time, not in time.
Big jump there, Spiro.
Big
jump.
Big jump. George, Segovia's got to be smart right now. He's got 2 balls, 1 strike. There's 2 outs. You got a man on second. What's the right thing? How to advance the runner? Smart play will tell you to play small ball, bunt it down the first base line. Take your chance.
I would go for the bunt. I hope I'm reading your mind there.
Take your chance
And
on
run.
a slow catcher.
Yeah.
You know,
Bunt it perfectly and run.
there you go. Good cut. Foul ball right behind us. Again, somebody misplaying that ball. Little foul ball. Got a fan with a nice little souvenir. I'm looking at short ball, George. You know, back in my day, we were always taught small ball, right? You got to be able to advance on it. It's a scoreless game. It's the top of the fourth. We're almost halfway through the game. You got to advance the runner. This is the second time that the Finest had a runner at second base. Pitcher gets a signal. He's going into the windup in the delivery. Nice shot to right center field. It looks like it's dropping. It is all the way to the fence. You got one run in. You got a man rounding second. There's going to be a play at third base. Not in time. You got a triple. Sagova hits a triple. First run of the game. Top of the fourth inning. Listen to that crowd go, George. What do you think?
He clocked it right center. He got it up and away. He crushed it, and just for a second, I thought maybe but it was way past him.
He squared up a nice line shot. There was no way either the right fielder or the center fielder were going to get to that ball. It rolled all the way down to the fence as Sagova was running around second base. Not even a close play.
Let's see if now Cantu could do something crazy here. Lay one down, like a suicide squeeze, maybe.
Well,
Let's
see.
see.
You never know, George. The delivery, ball one. Listen, the Finest struck first. They drew blood. They got their first run in. See if they can pull that second run, that most important second run in.
It's great to get ahead, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's easier.
1-0 here.
It's easier to play up. Got a fly ball out to left field. I don't think he's got a good jump on it. Drops in fair. He's got a single. That's a long single for Cantu. If he had a little bit of legs on him, he could have made it to second base, unfortunately.
Proverbial bloop single. Okay? Awesome.
You know what? The left field took the wrong angle on it. He could have had a better shot if he took the right angle on it, George. Unfortunately, again, these are not professionals. These are amateur baseball players.
Yeah.
Their day job is to protect the citizens of Chicago, not play professional baseball.
Yeah, but they still look so good in those
They
uniforms.
do. They do.
It's just so much fun to be here with Spiro, Frentzas, my partner Eric Baake, yours truly George Bliss at this 2022 Police Fire game at, what do they call it?
Guaranteed rate field.
Yeah, guaranteed rate. Okay, we got it.
So up right now, George, is Jacob Pagan, the catcher, the anchor of the Chicago Finest. You know, your catcher's your admiral of the field. He dictates what goes on in the field. He lets everybody know where they should be positioned. When there's a foul ball, pop fly, a grounder, whatever. Runner takes off. The throw down to second base. Not in time. Ball gets away from the second baseman. Looks like Cantu's down. Looks like
he might have got nicked by that, Spiro.
He looks like he slid into second base a little awkwardly.
The helmet did fly off.
Yeah, it looked like he slid into second base.
He's okay.
Yep. But like I was saying, George, the catcher is the anchor of every team. Yeah. He sees the field where nobody else can see it. Remember, he's facing everybody.
Who was your best catcher of all time? Johnny Bench or?
I like Carlton Fisk. I met Johnny Bench when I was a little kid. Barry Foote.
Oh.
Who was
the greatest Cubs catcher of all time?
Jody Davis was a great catcher.
Jody Davis, okay.
Todd Huntley.
Oh.
I actually had Todd's dad when I was playing.
Yeah.
Coach me and mentor me a little bit.
They had those leagues,
they had those developmental leagues when you were in high school, getting out and getting drafted and looked at by other teams. But yeah, we had some good coaches. Okay, the pitcher's got to find his groove right now. He's rattled, as you can see. He's not finding the strike zone. He's dipping to the corners, not catching the corners. He's got to find his groove again. Take a step off the rubber, collect yourself, and find a way to get back onto your groove. As you can see,
there's somebody warming up.
There's somebody warming up for the Bravest. As you can see, they're running down the third base line into the bullpen to start warming them up right now.
Just like the big leagues do. Get a guy throwing a little bit here.
Yeah, no. I remember. I was the catcher in the bullpen. I remember those days. Right now, you got 3-1 count, 2 outs. Man at second base. Excuse me.
Right.
You got Pagan waiting for the delivery. And the pitch, ball 4.
He walks Pagan. So there might be a change here quickly.
Here's the situation that you have with the Bravest. they'll keep up with you toe-to-toe until they get behind, and then they fall apart. The problem with the Bravest is depth. They've never had good depth in their pitching, and right now they've got to keep themselves out of this inning. They've got to get that third out. We have a pinch runner for Pagan because Pagan's the catcher, so he's going to go put on his catching gear. Right now we got Antonio Godinez up at the plate.
They got a runner, I believe, a courtesy runner, number 18 over there.
Courtesy runner for
which is allowed here in this kind of game.
Oops, slap to left field.
Doesn't get it.
Bad dive by the left fielder. You got 1 run scoring. You got 2 runs coming in. You got a man chasing down to third base. Another triple for the Finest. Like I was telling you, George, the Bravest cannot fall apart. Once they fall apart, it becomes a free fall for run after run after run. So they've got to
collect. Great try out and left, boy. That's a tough play.
Again, bad angle. You got to look at the angles. You know, it's not like football where it's a game of inches. It's a game of angles in baseball.
Here comes Tony Budvaitis, number 18, who's the captain of the fire department. Vince Macias just gave us the word that they're going to make a little change here. We'll see it here in a second. That's Vince Macias, policeman, number 30, and his counterpart out there in the mound, Tony Budvaitis.
Now, Tony's been running this team for
years.
I'm going to say for at least 15-plus years.
Wow.
You know, remember, Tony's one of those guys that played collegiate baseball. I think it was ISU that he played for, so I think it's Division II baseball. And we've got the manager of the Finest, Vince Mancina, just jawing us over here. So we're going to see what's going to happen right now. There's a lot of changes made, a lot of new batter. Tom Farrell's taking the plate right now. Right now, Tony's hoping that his pitcher in the bullpen is warm enough to come in after this batter. But right now, George, what we're looking for is a way to get out of this inning.
Here's number 10. You know anything about Escamilla?
Escamilla, love this guy. He was one of the guys that had a hit in the first inning. Escamilla is the shortstop. Delivery by the pitch.
Juan Pedro Escamilla.
Now that's a name. That's a great baseball
name.
Juan Pedro Escamilla. That's a great baseball name.
Yeah.
As we hear our colleague to the right of us, he's just saying, Juan Pedro Escamilla, that is a great pop shot right down to center field. It's dropping for a single. Oh, did he cut? He caught it. George, he caught it. I missed it. He caught it.
Pop up to second for the third out.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Finest put up 4 runs in the bottom of the third. Sorry, top of the fourth. The Bravest are looking to get runs. They need to score 4. Right now, they're trailing by 4. Eric, what do you think needs to happen right here?
What needs to happen is that they need to come back and have a good plan of attack to come back from that inning. That was a tough inning to watch.
You know,
just those great balls launched all the way out into left field.
Look, as a former player myself, it's all about angles. I was telling George before, this game is not like football where it's a matter of inches. This game is a matter of angles, especially when you get fly balls to the outfield. It's a matter of angles. Right now, we're sitting here. We've got Marcus at the plate. Delivery by the pitcher. Slapped it down the middle. Shortstop fires to first. Out number 1.
He shared the bat on that one.
Listen, you know what? You got to play a little smart ball. At this point, you're trailing by 4. You need to start thinking small ball. Get a guy on. Move the ball down the third baseline. Push it down the first baseline. Get the guy around to the third base. Your ideal goal here is to get a run. Run after run will get you back in this game. You cannot be trailing the Finest at this point. But anything more than 4 runs, or else they're just going to put this game away from you.
Absolutely. It looked like the Firefighters just had what we would call, back in our day, we called it an OBI, just one bad inning. And that's all it takes for the game to be completely screwed up.
Oh, I agree with you. Foul ball. Dakota is sitting there right now just trying to figure out how to get on base. You have a 1-1 count, 1 out, bottom of the fourth. We need to figure out how to get on base. That's his goal right now. How do I get on base? He digs into the batter's box. The delivery from the pitcher. Ooh, that nipped him. That nipped him. He got on base.
It's one way to get on.
Hey, that's one way to get on, Eric. I agree with you. It's one way to get on. Let's see what they can do with it at this point. Pedretti is up on. Right now, Dan's just got to figure out how to get the guy from first to second.
Let's just hope we don't have a Rule 30 or a Rule 40.
Listen, at this point, in my mind, you've got the best power hitter in the league at Tony Budvaitis on deck. You got a semi-speedy guy on first. Dan has got to be able to figure out how to put the ball in the field of play where he can get on first and move the runner down to second base. They're not playing him too deep, so the bunt has got to be spot on. High ball, 0-1 count. 1-0 count.
Let's see if he can actually hit one here or if he'll take the high walk.
Well, pitcher through to first base. They want to make sure they keep that runner at bay. They don't want him running to second, stealing. Base hit may score him. Pitcher goes into his, back to first. Back to first.
They just really want to get him off base at this point, by the look of it.
The idea is to keep him close to the bag because a single can't score him. There you go. Nice hit to center field. Can of corn for the center fielder. Just caught it. Ran to a nice perfect angle. Center everything. Caught that foul.
That was this wrong placement of the ball. If he placed us a little bit further off to the right, we would have had a great situation. He would have made it all the way.
You probably would have had a man on first and third, right? You got a man on first. You got Tony Budvaitis, probably one of the best hitters on the field right now.
Absolutely. Let's see what Tony can do here.
You got 2 outs. Tony cuts it right to right field. It looks like it's dropping to first base, but Tony can't run. Tony's having a hard time. Man's going to third. Got him at third. Got him. He ran to third and got him. They had a better play at first base. Tony either pulled his hamstring and can't run. They had a better shot at the guy at first than at third, but drilled the guy at third. We'll be right back.
That was an off slide going into third,
That was a terrible
But we'll be right back after this.
Yep. We're back. Top of the 5th. We have a pitching change. Right now, Lanson's the new pitcher for the Chicago Bravest. See if he can keep the Bravest into this game without getting away from us. Right now, Eric, we have a brand new pitcher. What do you think in the bottom half of this game here, as we like to call it? Lanson is just trying to get us in and out of innings, see what he can do with these batters.
I think that now that they switched up their pitcher, they're going to have a nice bit of. They got something new out there that's going to throw off the police in this.
Well, let's just see if the momentum stays with the Bravest at this point. Because the last thing you want to do is have another blowout inning. Because at that point, the game just gets away from you and it just doesn't become fun. So right now, we're just trying to see what Lanson can do right now. Right now, he's facing Tom Farrell. The delivery, ball one. Pitch is high. Look, at this point, we've got to see that Lanson can control the plate with his pitches. The delivery, slap to right field. Right fielder's turned around to the fence. Farrell's running to second. Easy double for Tom Farrell.
He dropped that right on the warning track.
Yeah.
A little bit more, and we would have had a nice home run, but can't get it every time.
He needed a little bit more height for that one to be over the fence, but I get what you're saying. If it would have hit part of the fence, it could have squirted over to the left or to the right. And obviously these are not professional athletes where they got cannons of arms. You could have had it in the in-park home run.
Look at Alex Neufeld up to bat.
So you got a man on second, no outs, top of the 5th, and you've got a lead on second base that you can fit a truck through.
Absolutely. They're not playing it close-knit enough for anything to be too defensive.
Look.
Right there, he's trying to taunt him into going for a third base.
Listen, you got a second baseman that should be all over that bag, keeping the runner at bay. He's not.
Back in my day, I was always told, when you got a runner on second, stay close to the bag for anything.
That's a rip to the left field. Yep,
Runner stayed third.
Runner stayed third. See, back in the day, they told you to run the ball to the pitcher, not throw it from shortstop position to the pitcher, because you want to get that ball to the pitcher as quickly as you can. We were always taught you run the ball back to the pitcher, especially when there's man on first and third. Problem is you have no outs, and the last thing you want right now is another blowout inning by the finest. The Braves have got to buckle down and get a sacrifice the run at third, get a double play, and get the next guy out and get out of this inning.
First, safe.
Lanson throws a suit check at first. You got Sweeney at the plate. You got no outs. This runner's going to be taken off. I guarantee he's going to be taken off at this next pitch. Lanson waits for the signal. Gets into the delivery. The runner takes off for second base. Runner comes home.
Oh.
That was a bad throw. Runner advances to third. This is the problem that I was telling you. The throw should have never gone down to first, down to second base. It should have went right down to third base. Fake the throw to second, turn around, rifle to third base. You would have picked them off.
Absolutely, but that was just a bad error. Just look what happened.
Look,
they got a runner from first to third and the runner from third to home.
When I played ball and head coaches, even guys like Todd Huntley would tell me, fake the throw. Fake the throw to second base and turn around, rifle it down to third. You're going to get the guy out because he's not paying attention. He thinks you're going down to second. As you saw, they just scored another run.
Perfect example of what you're saying. Back when I was playing in high school, I had an inside the park grand slam because they wouldn't get the ball to the pitcher. They just kept trying to throw me out every base and kept missing it. We got all four guys in, and that was in the 9th inning, and that's what brought us to a win.
Yeah. Right now you got Lanson, who cannot find the plate. And if he does, he's not throwing something tricky enough or hard enough to get it past these guys. So right now, you got to find something that's going to get these guys off pace, off beat. You got a foul ball behind us. You got a 2-2 count, no outs. The Finest has scored another run. You got a man on third base. You got to figure a way how to get this guy out. It all starts with the first out. So Lanson's got to figure out how to get this guy out. Chopper fouled on the third base line. Vince Mancelli almost had a play on it, and he's a third base coach for the Finest.
I mean, we can see what Kevin can do here. We know he's been a power hitter in the past.
Sweeney's just waiting for that sweet pitch, and whether he gets it or not, I don't know. Got a full count right now. He didn't go chasing, and that was actually probably one of the hardest thrown pitches I've seen Lanson throw as of yet. Right now, he's got to come in with something that's going to fool Sweeney to get that initial out.
Curveball or a slider would do it.
Yes, it would.
Oh, and he walked him.
So here's the problem that the Braves have to worry about is the game getting completely out of hand. You got a man on first and third. The catcher doesn't have a can of an arm to throw the guy out. If he's going to do the same play, it's got to fake the throw to second and rifle it down to third. Sacrifice the bag at second to get the guy at third. You got
Absolutely.
Dave Matthews up, who's a big power hitter, he's a lefty hitter, a big power hitter. And right now, we just got a 1-0 strike one, an 0-1 count. Again, man on first, man on third. Are the Finest going to take second base is the quick question. Are they going to take second base?
Oh, here it goes.
That ball's gone. That's gone. He misplayed it. It's a ground rule double. That's gonna score one more run. Puts a man on second and third. And again, Dave Matthews, just like the singer, delivered.
Absolutely.
I'm surprised they're not playing a Dave Matthews song.
That would have been more appropriate in this time, but you can't get them all.
So right now, the Braves are trying to figure out what to do. They're in a predicament. They're trailing by 6 runs. They've only had 2 hits in this entire game. The Finest have put up 9 hits for 6 runs. You got to figure out how to get out of this inning before it gets any worse than trailing by 6.
And with how they have things set up here, we got a runner at second and third. All it takes is another ball like that, and you got another 2 runs on the field.
Right. Moy takes ball 1. So Sean Moy, all he has to do realistically, play smart.
Realistically, all he's got to do is just hit a line drive up first, and you got 2 runs in.
There you go. They should cheat over a little bit, but foul ball. As you can see, he's swinging late. So what should happen right now is the second baseman should cheat over. Todd Suchek should play another 2 feet towards second base, where the second baseman should play closer to the bag and shift the shortstop closer to third because he's swinging late. He's not going to get around the ball.
He shifted off towards left field.
Yeah. So you got a 1-1 count, no outs, top of the 5th, where the Chicago Braves are trailing 6-0.
And I hate to say it, but every year this has been a similar situation.
It's one bad inning, and it just all falls apart. You got a ground ball to third, bats it down.
Got him at first, but runner advances to home and third base.
It all begins with the
out.
first out. You can't get the 3 outs without getting to the first out. So I give credit to the third baseman. He knocked the ball down, stayed with it, threw the man out at first. Kyle Huber at the plate, digs in, got a man at third. Dave Matthews is looking at trot home, lands and takes the delivery. Ball 1.
He's favoring that outside when it comes to the batters.
Well, he's favoring the outside to a lefty hitter, so we got to see him come into the plate a little bit. And that's the catcher's way he sets up the mid, over the plate, whether it's the inside corner or outside corner, whether you set yourself out, come in when the pitcher's in its delivery. It's all about the catcher, so it comes with experience. Back in the day, you used to have Tom, I can't think of his last name. What was Tom's last name, the catcher for the Bravest? Healy. Tom Healy, who was the Bravest catcher for years and years and years, would be the perfect setup man when he came to setting up pitches, because he had pitchers that weren't throwing as hard as Lenson throws. You got another pop foul. It's coming back here. Everybody cover their heads. Foul ball. You got a out number 2.
I mean, here we are.
Matt Sagova at the plate. They're still trying to figure out how to get Dave Matthews in from third base to home plate.
See if they can make it 2 back-to-back 4-run innings.
Maybe they can get a nice Dave Matthews song going when he scores. But right now, Lazona's getting into the windup, the delivery, foul tipped, as the guy sitting to our right eating nachos just freaked out. Did you drop the nachos? He's like, my nachos, not my nachos. He's trying to figure out, as we got people jawing behind us, he's trying to figure out, what do you call cheese that's not your cheese? Nacho cheese. Come on, guys. That's an old dad joke. You should know that one, sir. As you got Sagova behind the count at 0-1, 2 outs. Strike 2 on a curveball that didn't just quite curve as hard enough. Right now, you still got Dave Matthews stuck at third base. You have an 0-2 count, 2 outs. What is Lansing going to do? I say come in with a fastball. Curveball. 1-2 count.
Just a little bit much inside. Now, let me ask you this: if you were out catching right now, what would you be doing differently?
I would snap my wrist inwards. I would constantly put my glove into the strike zone. And that's the problem that unexperienced catchers have. I mean, obviously, as a former professional athlete, professional catcher, we were trained to always bring the mid into the strike zone. These guys don't know this. These guys are amateurs. They may have played high school. Some of them may have played. Some of them may have played college. You got strike 3, end of the inning, but the damage is done. They scored another 3 runs. We're looking to see what the Bravest can do in the bottom of the 5th.
And we'll be right back after this.
Okay, George Bliss here, back at the play-by-play with my good friend Eric Baake. Bottom of 5, Eric. Police are in the lead 7-0.
The Firemen have to do something here to get some runs on the board. Otherwise, this game is going to be cut and dry.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get something going here. Mladic, number 4, up to bat. Beautiful. Almost about 8 o'clock your Central Time.
I don't know if you noticed here, George, but the umpires have been playing some switcheroos on us and switching positions out there in the field.
I think that's incredible. That might be good in the major leagues, if the first base guy comes in the home, etc. So I'm going to broadcast that somewhere. So Brian Mladic, number 4, batting. Swing, soft ground ball to the right side. Oh, bobbled there by the first baseman. Can't handle it and trickles out to right field for the infield single.
That's perfect. That's just what they needed to start off this inning.
They do. They need a break. Here's 29. The big guy, the first baseman, who's really good defensively. And my pal, he plays 16-inch softball with the best of them. Yours truly here, George Bliss, with Eric Baake. Spiro Frentzas is with us on the 3-man team. So here is Shoechuk, Todd, T-O-D-D, Shoechuk, and he's been on the fire department for a long time. So a little courtesy run here. 15's going to run. 15's going to run. And here we go. So
Dan
no
Peretti
outs.
is our pinch runner.
You're right. Kind of like a courtesy, actually.
So tell me, George, what team does Todd play for in 16-inch?
Oh, geez, he plays for, one of the great teams. I forget the name of them. I think there's the Flashback team, I think they're called, from the northwest side. So here we go. Swing, right behind home plate. Catcher throws his mask, and Todd did not take a good swing at that. So Todd pops out behind home plate for out number 1.
I mean, that's got to be tough considering, as you said, he plays 16-inch softball. They're 2 separate swings.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Sometimes, and it looks like there he tried to hit a softball swing right there.
Well, I don't want to criticize Scotty Balzer right now. Scotty, right-handed batter, wearing number 19. Man on first. They need something quickly. Swings at a high pitch for strike 1.
I know when I used to play baseball, I'd always kick myself when I swung at those high pitches because you can just see that it's not the pitch that you wanted.
Well, the key is with the high pitch, you have to have your hands very high so you can get over the top of the ball. The great players can do it. There's one in the dirt. So, the same thing. The tactics of hitting a sphere have not changed in about 2,000 years. You've got to get the bat over the ball, and you got to get it on the barrel part of the bat, and you're going to make some contact. It'll go somewhere when you line it. Swing, trickle, foul ball, just a soft foul ball out of play. I'm really proud to say that about 10 feet from me is Officer Carlos Yanez, who, of course, last August, not even a year ago, was with Ella French. Ella French, his partner, was sadly killed, and Officer Yanez was terribly injured, and he's now here with his family rehabbing at one of the local hospitals, and we want to wish our best to Carlos Yanez.
We got a 2-2 count on Balzer. Popped it up into the infield. And a nice, easy catch, bringing us to 2 outs.
Yeah, that was off the handle. He did not take a good swing at that. He literally got jammed off the handle. So they're going to need something here. So 2 outs. Number 1-7 now in the box, right-handed batter. This is Lauren Turrentine. So let's see what Lauren can do. La Flamme with the black policeman's jersey on. La Flamme, of course, is wearing number 50 for the Chicago Police Department. He delivers quickly, and he throws a nice strike in there. Kind of quick pitched him there. And let's see if Turrentine can get set quickly, get ready, get the hand set, and see if he can get something going here with the major league swing here at Sox Park. He swings, ground ball to shortstop. Force play to second, no problem there. As they get the out, 3 up, 3 down. So on behalf of everybody out here, we'll be back right after this. Is George Bliss and Eric Baake out at beautiful Sox Park. Okay, back here at beautiful Sox Park. Top of 6th inning. New
7-0.
pitcher, a lefty for the fire department. It's going to be Wright. W-R-I-G-H-T. Wright now pitching with the red. That's the fire department. They need a lot of pitching now as the Chicago Police Department leads easily here 7-0.
It's going to be tough for the fire department to come back after this. So, with a 7-0 lead by the policemen, here we come back. Cantu's back up to bat.
Yeah, Marino Cantu, who's a short, strong guy, isn't he? I'll tell you. So, 7-0 for the police department. 7 runs, 9 hits. No runs for fire, only 3 hits and 1 error that was costly out in left field. So 7-9-0 and 0-3-1 on the line scores for these two great teams, red and black, tonight. Finest and the bravest out here at Sox Park. There's a swing and a foul ball right on the screen, right over top of our head, and thank God for the screen, or Eric, we might get knocked in the head here.
I've had a few too many concussions here, so I was ready to duck and hit the ground to avoid getting hit.
Yeah, you know it. The broadcast team of Eric Baake, Spiro, Frentzas, and yours truly, George Bliss. We want to thank Vince Macias for inviting us again this year. Ground ball, slow roller down third. Is going to have to hurry as he fires the first. Safe as the ball does pull the first baseman off, but nice pickup there by third baseman. Nice hustle on both sides.
Nice hustle on both sides, indeed. But unfortunately, first baseman just stepped off the bag to grab it, so
he had to jump off.
Cost him the out.
Yeah, here's Pagan, number 12, with a man on first. Let's see what Pagan can do as he digs in, takes his time in the box. Wright, the new lefty for fire, is ready, and he fires. Ooh, he's showing some heat up there. Who is this guy, Wright? We'll have to talk after the game where they found this guy.
I don't know why they didn't put this pitcher in sooner, but he's got one heck of an arm.
He does. You never know about strategy. It's a long game. So this is Pagan. Number 12, big righty, way high. Got to get some control there, right, before he can get effectiveness. Going to have to throw some strikes or it's not going to pay for them.
Absolutely. Control is your number one key when it comes to pitching.
Yeah, just passing 8 o'clock here Central Time in beautiful Chicago. Just absolutely gorgeous, something like 80 degrees. There's a swing and there's a ball. There's fair. It's a slice to the right field line. Runner going to third, second, third, and they hold it right there. So a leg double there. Very, very good hustle by Pagan as Cantu gets to third. Second and third now, and danger because they got runners in scoring position.
Number 6 is now up to bat, Will Walter. And I mean, this brings us to 7 runs, 11 hits, with no runs and just 3 hits for the firemen. They got to pull something out in these last 4 at bats that they'll have coming up.
Yeah, Wright had to come in there, and he came in, and they put a good swing out. So here's Will Walter wearing number 6. Another big righty, Chicago police officer. As I mentioned, right next to us is Officer Carlos Yanez, just enjoying himself with his entire family in the first row here at Sox Park.
And I think, George, that I can say for both of us, we can thank him for his service from the bottom of our hearts.
Absolutely. Earlier in the broadcast, I saw Commander Bauer's wife, Erin Bauer, stop by for a few seconds. So it's great to see Erin.
Cutting it a little bit close on Walter's kneecaps there.
that one broke in, didn't it? Quickly. Amazing.
I don't think we could have asked for a better evening for this. It's about a nice 75 degrees out.
Oh, it's incredible.
No wind. Nice little bit of cloud cover.
Yeah, the lights are full effect, as we say in broadcasting. Bright as can be. There's a ball that gets away from the catcher. And, they got him pickled. They got him caught. No, they don't throw. He did get back. So Cantu thought about it. He came halfway down the line. He thought better of it. The catcher kind of clutched there, and Cantu dove back into third base. That would have been a crazy rundown.
That would have been crazy. But I think Cantu could have made it all the way home.
I
that
think
catcher
so.
wasn't paying attention enough.
Yeah, if you're leading 7-0, I'm not a strategist, but you probably could have taken a shot there. And the runner on second could have moved it up as well. So let's see, Walter. Yeah, maybe he can come up with a suicide squeeze or something. There's a ball, low and inside.
3-1 count here.
Yep.
No outs. With a runner at second and third, this is another one of those innings that the Police can majorly capitalize on just to extend their lead by that much more.
So very, very true, Eric Baake. So true. Finest versus Bravest out here at the south side of Chicago, 35th and Bill Veck Drive. Swing and a foul tip. Bounced on the screen right in front of us. Picked up by one of the players from CPD.
Number 10 just ran out here and grabbed that.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I'm going to say this is the biggest crowd that I've been associated with at this park, at this incredible affair. It's absolutely the lower rim, I think you call it, is 100% filled all the way between first and third and even down the lines.
Yeah, this is definitely quite a turnout to show their support for our finest and our bravest here tonight.
Absolutely, with all of the pressure. And let's be honest here, that are put on police and fire these days, you could never support these guys enough, what they go through. It's a great night for them to relax and enjoy their wonderful city that they take care of for you and I every single day. Ground ball, second base, holds the runner, throws to first. Oh, he comes home. They throw him out. So he does try to get home, and they fire back to home. Cantu is tagged out by a lot. That was a great play there. Second baseman held it, clicked it over to first. Number 19 saw Cantu sprinting home, and he fired a strike to the catcher, Pisarcik, and guess what? He was out.
He was. I thought they got a double play there, but no.
No, he stepped forward off the base to make sure that he got some elastic on that ball.
Number 3, Jay Nash up to bat.
Yeah, here's Nash.
With 2 outs, runner at second and first.
Right. So, I don't know. Again, Nick Cantu took a shot. No problem. Close enough, but great throw. Isn't it? Men stealing. Oh, catcher can't handle it past ball, so man does make it to second, and then, of course, the man on first easily made it to second base. So, again, second and third on that pass ball there.
Just a few slight mistakes here and there can get an extra base here and there, which is we just saw. Runners advance from first and second to first and third, or second and third, excuse me.
Yeah, on miscues.
Jay had a good hit last time he was up to bat, so let's see if he can do it again.
Yeah, so right. He shows bunt, but he holds back. Nash, N-A-S-H, number 3.
Oh, I was wrong. They only have 1 out. They changed the scoreboard back.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. That 1 out being the throw out there at home. Way high for the ball.
2-1 count.
George Bliss here with Eric Baake and Spiro Frentzas. I like to mention my team's name because they're having so much darn fun out here at a Major League ballpark tonight. On behalf of everybody in the city, we hope you're loving the broadcast and the replay on Facebook and the internet and other, social media platforms.
And absolutely. That was a little bit of a close pitch there. Nash had to jump back to avoid getting hit. But at this point, do you just take the hit to get on base a little bit quicker?
I wouldn't. Here's why. They got to go to work tomorrow in the district.
I'd give them a day off after this.
They can't because they're always working double and overtime now. So there's a swing and a miss. Foul tipped it. Bounced right in front of us. So that was a foul tip. We just got a fraction of that ball there. Beautiful, beautiful night. I cannot explain just how lovely baseball is in the summer in the big cities of America, especially Chicago, my hometown. Chicago Police Memorial Foundation. Never forget. Ground ball. Third baseman grabs it. He comes home with it. And catcher has to dive. It's a little bit off the angle there. and another run scores. But great play at third, threw home, but not on the mark there, Eric, and the runner did score.
Absolutely. I mean, if you just look, you got to be accurate when you go, and you got to just extend it to grab it. But there's sometimes a second of extra time taken to be more accurate will capitalize and become more outs.
But he didn't have time, so he let it go. He let it fly. Here's Tommy Farrell, number 23 for Chicago Police. There's a ball in the dirt. So first and third. I would love to see the scoreboard go off here if somebody knocks one out of the park. That would be incredible.
That would be nice to see here, George.
There's a swing and a miss by Farrell. Nice fastball. Swung over the top of it.
1-1 count here.
Yep. Catcher goes out to talk to Wright. They may be changing their signs. You know, they steal signs here at amateur level as well. And I see the shortstop kind of looked, and they might be having a switch. You know, they just go from 1-2, 2-1, you know, change up fastball, etc. They're going to change that so that the runner can't take advantage of it. When they talk about stealing signs, it's done all the time, for God's sake. There's a curveball that broke right over the inside of the plate. That ball broke about a foot. That was a big one there. That was a big jug handle, as we say.
We got the 1-2 pitch coming, or the 1-2 pitch coming up here. See what he can do with it.
He swings, he foul tips it. Big, beautiful screen out in right field in memory of Herbie Johnson, who was a great fireman, Herbie Johnson. So a shout out to his beautiful family, the Johnson family. We will never forget firefighter Herbie Johnson. And they have just an incredible amount of video on the boards and memoriams to all of the fire and police people that have given it all for our city. Illinois International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is here tonight, Local 134. And I know they have a huge office, not even 5 minutes here from the ballpark. And I believe they're one of the bigger unions in the whole country. Yeah, Union 150, 150, operating engineers. They're here tonight. And as a matter of fact,
Nash went to go steal second, but he had to put on the brakes after that
right,
foul tip.
Foul tip. As a matter of fact, a lot of unions are represented here tonight. International Association of Firefighters, Local 2, and they've been around for decades and decades, and they have in the tens of thousands of members. So hello to our friends at all the unions that are representing these wonderful workers here in the city. There's a strike. Farrell strikes out. So great screwball. Looks like he let it go there at the last second. That ball broke.
Coming up next, we got number 8.
Looks like Binkley. Binkley. There we go. Charlie Binkley right there on the scoreboard. We want to thank our scoreboard operator for helping us with these incredible graphics. It's really helpful.
This guy is built, so I think we can see a power hit off of him tonight here.
Just to bring it here back to reality, runners at first and third. Chicago Police Department with a very strong 8-0 lead here in the top of 6. Already one run has crossed the plate. Swing and a foul ball off to the right side over the top of the dugout.
Our finest had to duck with that one come flying at them.
Yeah, that one flew quickly. That's for sure. So let's see what Binkley can do here, number 8. Swings and misses on a nice breaking pitch inside and in the dirt. Nice pitch there by Wright. Wright seems to be settling down a bit, hitting that strike zone. standing 60 feet 6 inches away from home plate, and he delivers to Binkley. Swing and a missed drop, third strike. They throw to first. Oh, not handled at first. The ball bounces in the dirt, and in comes a score. I haven't seen that in a while. Drop, third strike. The catcher threw to first. The ball bounced in right in front of the first baseman. Could not be handled over there by number 19. And guess what? That run is going to be drop, third strike, safe at first, and a runner came in on that. So one more run here.
Alex Neufeld is up to bat next, and I'm surprised. I looked like their pitcher, Wright, was about to argue with the umpire. Didn't know why he took off. I mean, drop third is just a simply known baseball rule.
Yep, true enough. I'll tell you, you remember I was literally standing right about here about, 15 years ago when the White Sox were in the World Series and the California Angels were playing them, and there was a drop third strike, and our great catcher at the time made it to first. It was a big breakthrough in that game. 2005, I believe, something like that. Long time ago, whatever it was. Long time ago. There's a ball in the dirt, gets away. Runner does get the second easily without being challenged whatsoever.
It's just these little mistakes that are costing the Firefighters these bases here, George.
Yeah, so true. Pass ball, balls in the gap, couple misplays, couple misthrows. That's all it takes to get behind the 8 ball here. Here's Alex Neufeld. He's numero uno, number 1 for the police department.
He's got a 3-0 count. And if he gets put on base, we're going to have bases loaded here, George.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to predict right now he's going to be swinging. I mean, there's nothing you could do better than swing at this. Try to get a big hit. Let's see if he swings. No, he takes it. It's way out of the zone.
Bases loaded here.
Yeah,
2 outs. Loaded. And up to bat, we got Sweeney.
Yep. This is devastating if he gets a ball in the gap here.
If he gets anything in the outfield that lands,
it'll be devastating. Then you
2 runs,
10-run deficit. Yeah, we're at 9-0 now. And I'm just wondering if Vince Macias, the great captain of the police team, will make some changes here so other guys can get some swings. Now, they don't have a whole lot of players, like 30, 40 players, but there's a few guys on the bench that could throw in there. Get some swings, no?
I will definitely say that our Bravest have a lot less players than our finest tonight.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Right down the middle, he swings. Foul ball off to the screen. Nice pitch there. Sweeney took a great cut. Number 13, lucky 13. It's Kevin Sweeney.
If anything happens here, George, and we get another person up to bat, we got Dave Matthews in the hole.
Oh, the big boy, yeah,
which could be absolutely devastating.
Yeah, there's a curveball, rear wide one there.
That was a 1-2 pitch. Now, let's see if they can get the damage control going here and bring them out of the inning.
They need a strikeout here, brother, right here and now. Let's see. There's the pitch. Hey, there it is. There's the strikeout. So they get out of the inning, but without damage. It's 9-0. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back to Chicago baseball. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The Bravest are trailing 9-0.
That's tough right here for them.
What happened?
They still got 4 at bats, but they've had 3 bad innings go on back to back to back.
I took a break, and what happened? They fell apart.
I mean, while you took a break, we had a drop third that resulted in a runner advancing to first and a runner scoring. We got number 31, Nick Oliver, up to bat now.
Now you got a new pitcher on the mound, throwing sidearm, so it's a little bit of a different angle looking at balls coming into the plate. What needs to happen is Oliver needs to square up and swing. He's swinging flat-footed. He's never going to catch up to anything that's past 85 miles an hour. Not that these guys are throwing that hard, but if you're swinging flat-footed, you're never going to get the bat around to hit the ball. That was a little bit inside, so you got a 1-2 count.
2-2 count.
2-2 count. Thank you for the correction. You got a 2-2 count. Bottom of the 6th. Oliver up. Strike 3. Down on 5 pitches.
Would you say it's harder to hit a sidearm pitch than a Just normal overhand throw?
A submarine pitcher was always the hardest for me. That was always the most difficult pitcher to hit. The other difficult pitcher was Randy Johnson. Watching him at 6'11" coming at you, throwing 103 miles an hour, was always the hardest pitch for me to hit. When I was
so you batted against Randy Johnson?
I batted against Randy Johnson. When I was with the Arizona Diamondbacks minor league team, the Sidewinders out in Tucson, we had a spring training against the big club, and I faced Randy Johnson, who legitly threw a 103 mile an hour fastball at me, and I went, dude, I'm catching you next inning. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Let me hit the ball. And it's legit. It's a blink of an eye. And mind you, these guys are throwing maybe 80, maybe 85 and the high end, but most of these guys are throwing in the high 70s, low 80s. You know, the different level of pitches that are coming in through with a Randy Johnson and you know, the Rocket and you know, you got a guy like Jamie Moyer throwing 78 miles an hour that you're like, okay, I'm back in high school.
Yeah, well, that was a nice little chip over to Nash, excuse me, and that was a nice out over at first.
So, you know, the whole idea here is to get base runners, and right now the Braves are just not doing it. That's the problem. They're just not doing it. You got 2 outs. You're at bottom of the 6th. You're trailing by 9. A run is what you need. Got to cut in, but you're chasing high stuff. Now you're trying to force something to happen, and that's the problem.
We got number 26, Brett Scharnhorst, up to bat.
So right now you got...
I would assume that his background is definitely German.
You know what? I was going to guess Norwegian, but yes, German is probably one of them.
I mean, Scharnhorst was a famous battle cruiser in World War II.
Something I did not know. I slapped down to second baseman, handled by second baseman, out at first, 3 up, 3 down. Very, very short inning.
And we'll be back right after this.
We'll be back.
We are back, and Dave Matthews is up to bat.
Dave's been doing pretty well here.
Absolutely. And in the end of the last inning, if we weren't careful, Dave Matthews would have had a full base loaded to come up to bat with, but they thankfully got out of that, and now he's just up first.
Listen, you know, at this point, we just need to make sure that strike one. At this point, the Bravest have to figure a way to get out of the inning and start scoring some runs. You got 2 more innings to go. What are you going to do?
You got to put up at least 5 runs an inning to have any semblance of a game to go on.
Now, Dave's swung at probably one of the worst pitches I've ever seen thrown in tonight's ball game. But you know what? They're just trying to make something happen. At this point, the Bravest have got to get these outs, got to get in. Smart thing tells you to play small ball. That's the smart choice right now.
That was a way outside pitch. I think they're trying to make him swing at that one, but
well, they're trying to make him swing at everything. And that's the point. They're trying to make Matthews swing at whatever they got. Let's see the pitcher.
Pitcher is number 22, and I had it somewhere.
So yeah, we're trying.
I can hear our
little dinker to first. Suchuk misplays it. Good call by the second baseman not to throw it over there because the pitcher wasn't there. That's the difference between a professional athlete and some of these amateurs. They don't know that, hey, I got to cover first base. It's fundamental baseball at the lowest level, but these guys are like, you know, we're down 9 runs. The game is almost over. I don't want to hurt myself. I got to go to work tomorrow and protect this beautiful city of ours called Chicago.
Absolutely. We just heard the Finest just go by on the outside, or the Bravest, go by on the outside of the stadium.
Trying to encourage their brethren to get out of this inning and get some runs on the board for the Bravest. So it looks like we've got Sean Moy at the plate. Nobody out. Man on first. Got a pinch runner for Dave Matthews. You got a pinch runner coming out to the deck. So we'll see what happens at this point. So you got no balls, no strikes. The delivery to Moy. Strike one. Catcher's got to learn to squeeze the glove. Fundamental baseball.
Absolutely. They always told us 2 hands on the glove at all times.
Well, when you get to a certain level, I mean, you should be able to block the ball, keep it in front of you, especially as a catcher. You're the heart and soul of the team. So you got an 0-2 count. Moy took a swing like he was looking for the fences.
And, I mean, at this point, that would just cement their win if he hit one over the fence. But,
at this point, like I said, you get double play, get them out of the inning, score at least 1 run, you're still alive to play another inning.
And there is no slaughter rule, so we have to go the full 9 to see what happens.
Ooh. That could be dangerous. You got a 1-2 count, man on first, the delivery, check swing, strike 3,
He's
batter
out.
out.
We now have a pinch batter coming in, number 15, Jose Sanchez.
I don't know too much about Jose, but let's see what he can do. If anything happens at this inning, he gets it's already a blowout, as you can see, 9-0. But we really don't want to get any further away from us. Well, that was a bad pitch.
And the runner goes from first to second.
To quote Bob Bucher, just a bit outside. You got to have a little fun when you're out here, Eric.
Oh, absolutely.
The goal here is look, again, and I can't emphasize this enough. These guys are out here playing a kid's game. Their main job is to protect the city, whether it's on the Bravest side, fighting fires, or on the police side, fighting crime. A lot of respect for both these teams. A lot of these players, just mad respect for them. That what they sacrifice on a day-in, day-out basis, unbelievable. The delivery.
Swing and a miss. 1-1 count.
So Jose Sanchez is just not catching up to that pitch. It looks like it's mid-80s. And again, we're looking to see whether he can catch up to any of those fastballs, and it doesn't seem that he can. He's swinging flat-footed. And, obviously someone that's played baseball for a long, long time like I have, or even yourself that played through high school, and I don't know if you played in college, but, you have to be able to position yourself to swing a bat. And watching the catcher now let 2 pass balls go away, I mean, I can hear old coaches of mine just screaming, what are you doing? We'd be pulled after the second one. That's just not called for.
And he's let several of those go tonight.
Yeah.
And just 2 this inning so far. It's tough.
Sanchez choked up on the bat. He's looking to see if he can just poke one through the hole here. Nice little chopper towards second baseman. Takes the easy out. Out number 1.
2.
2, I'm sorry.
2, and that brings in another run. They now have
10 runs.
10 runs.
It's a double-digit lead.
If this was anything else, this would be slaughter rule after this.
Yeah, the problem is that they don't have slaughter rules in baseball at certain levels. This isn't Little League where, hey, you got
Little
10
League
runs.
or high school. We had slaughter in high school in IHSA.
It's been a number of years since I've been in high school. It's been 33 years since I've been in high school.
I've only been out for 6 years, but 6 years? Wait.
You're counting on your fingers now, Eric? You're counting on your fingers how many years you've been out of high school?
More than college prep. Yeah, 6 years, 2016.
So you got a 1-0 count, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning, you got Herrera Sr. on the plate, swinging away. Can't catch up to that fastball.
They're swinging at bad pitches here.
They're just swinging at everything. That's the problem. They're just swinging.
Well, it worked before, but I don't think with the new pitcher it's going to work this time.
No. This guy's got a little bit more control, a little bit more heat going in. You just need to make sure that this catcher catches everything that's get thrown at him.
I mean, at this point, there's no one on base, so
Yeah.
now we got a 1-2 count with 2 outs, no one on base.
How do you get that proverbial strike 3? That's what you need.
I'd put it low over the plate.
I challenge him. I would challenge him. Straight up heater right down the middle of the plate. He doesn't seem like he can swing at the ball. Right? He's swinging late. If he gets it, it's going foul. And then what you do is you throw one upstairs, see if he chases one. Because I don't think the problem is, I think the catcher will have is not catching one in the dirt. So you can't throw one down and in or down and away because you're afraid the catcher might miss it. Here's the delivery. Ooh, that one. Right.
I think that almost caught him in the foot.
That went off the umpire's foot.
Still not fun.
No, it's not.
And to this day, that's why I wear steel-toed boots.
Well, I'm still wearing gym shoes. I'm not catching anymore. I'm now a dad of 2 and enjoying life.
Hey, give it a few years and you'll be out there throwing them in the batting cages.
Oh, yeah. I already got one built in the back of the house. You got a 3-2 count. Here comes the delivery. Knuckle hit right to the second baseman. Does he get it in time? Out number 3. Suchek catches the third out. End of inning. Damage is still there. They scored 1.
We're out here with a 10-0. But we will see how this goes in the next inning, and we'll be right back after this.
Right back.
We're back here, and they have switched up their pitchers again. We are here with number 4, Joey Plaud.
Listen, you know what? They got a 10-run lead. They're going to start emptying out their bench. They're going to give guys that normally don't play an opportunity to play in a beautiful park, a guaranteed rate field. There's nothing like playing in a major league ballpark, and I'm talking from experience. Playing in a major league ballpark is the greatest feeling that any young-blooded American boy can ever have.
Absolutely. And right now, these firemen are actually, just like the song said, they're living on a prayer hoping they can get something in here tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look, it all starts with the very first batter. This will set the tone. If he gets on base, the next guy's just one right after the other. But they got to play smart. They got to play small ball. They've got to get a guy on base. Pitcher gets a signal, delivers the windup, strike 1. Kendall just took a bad cut on that, a little late on the swing.
So yeah, we got number 5, Marty Knoll, up to bat here.
So Marty, it just, took a bad cut. Again, the one thing that I've been preaching all night is watching some of these players swing flat-footed, right? You're never going to get around on the ball if you're swinging flat-footed. You got to be loose, and some of these guys aren't loose because they're trying to make something happen. They're trying to force the ball into play. Just let it come naturally. You know what I'm saying? You have an 0-2 count on Marty Knoll. Hopefully Marty will get a hit so we can make this a little bit more interesting of a game.
I agree. I'd at least like to see them get 1 or 2 runs.
Marty with another good cut. You're talking 0-2, no outs, bottom of the 7th.
0-2 count here. He's got to do something to set the tone for this inning.
Look, Marty's got to set the tone here. He's got to get on base. Nice rip down the shortstop. Nice play by the shortstop. Throws the first. Out number 1. Hey, look, he put the bat on the ball. He put it in play. Got a nice cut on it. Just wasn't enough.
Yeah, he got there just a little bit too late. But Bobby Mason now up to bat. Let's see if Mason can get something going here for them.
Listen, Macy's got it. Like I said, it all starts with the very first guy getting on base. You can't score a run if you can't get a guy on base. Foul ball right behind us. And the guy spilled the beer all over his girlfriend. So that's going to be an interesting ride home.
Well, better to be covered in beer than to be covered in a baseball.
That is true.
I'd rather get beer dumped on me than have a baseball hit me somewhere.
That is true. The 0-1 count, that just got away from the pitcher a little bit. Listen, you're at a 1-1 count, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. You need Bobby to do something. He's got to put the ball in play, get the next guy up at the plate, push runners on. Strike 2. Got a 1-2 count, 1 out, bottom of the 7th.
The amount of times I got hit by line drives, I know I'd rather catch it than be hit by it. And if he can just get a nice line drive, they're not playing it so tight that if he just gets it right in between the shortstop, and the pitcher, he'll have first. No problem.
Foul ball down the third baseline. Look, the idea here is that Bobby's staying alive. He's hitting the ball. He's able to dictate how the ball's coming in, as in terms of I'm seeing it, I'm able to put the barrel of the bat onto the ball and hit it somewhere. Now, the big question here is, can I square up on it? Can I put it in play? Good eye, 2-2 count.
He looked like he wanted to swing at that one, but he just watched it. He's like, nope, that's going to go low, so he just held back.
You can't keep chasing stuff. That's the most important thing. You cannot keep chasing stuff. You got a
full count here now.
Full count. You got a full count. 3-2. 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Bobby Macias is trying to keep the Bravest alive. Only he can do that if he gets on base. The delivery, it nipped him. Gets first base. Hey, gotta take a run anyway.
A base is a base. We have a new batter entering.
The catcher.
For the Bravest, number 33, Dakota Pisarek.
So Dakota's at the plate. He's the catcher. Idea here is now is to put the ball into play and play smart baseball. Swing and a miss. Again, we're in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 count. 1 out. Man on first. Dakota Pisarek has got to get on base. He's trying to keep the Braves alive. The delivery from the finest. Inside. 1-1 count. Eric, the big thing that we've been seeing all night here is consistency of batting at the plate for the Bravest. They just have not been consistently hitting the ball. Down the third base side. Are they going to turn 2? There's 1. Nope. Drop the ball. Safe all around. Second baseman dropped the ball.
Hey, that's just what they need in this situation.
Listen, that's what happened to the finest. That's what happened to the Bravest. They had 1 error. Next thing you know, boom, 4 runs. So
hopefully now we can have at least 1.
So Dan Petretti's up. Let's see what Dan can do. You got 1 out, man on first and second. We've got an opportunity. There's an opportunity here for the Braves to somewhat inch along back into this game. So we'll see what happens with Dan. Pitcher gets the signal. The windup, the delivery.
That was a low ball.
Ball 1. As we got helicopters flying above our heads.
And I have to say, it is a beautiful, clear night tonight.
It's just absolutely
gorgeous. With a nice full moon.
It is just absolutely gorgeous. You couldn't ask for a better night of baseball. Ball 2, again, low. Listen, Dan is a veteran player on the Bravest. He's been here for a number of years. He's seen a lot of pitches. He's seen a lot of these firemen, or a lot of these policemen's pitchers over the years. The idea here now is, can I put the ball in play? Can I get one I can swing at? And that was the one he should have swung at. You have a 2-1 count, 1 out, man on first and second. Pitcher gets a signal, the windup, the delivery. Good swing, just a little late. So now you got a 2-2 count, 1 out, man on first and second, bottom of the 7th. Dan's got to be careful here. He doesn't want to get an out, especially with men on running position that they haven't had all night. That's a rip. That's a rip into left field. That's going to score 2. Here comes the first run, rounding third. Here comes the second run. Dan is chugging for third, and the slide safe with the triple. Nope, he's staying. The ball got away from the third baseman.
And that is exactly what the Bravest needed right here. They now have 2 runs on the board. There's still hope for them yet in this ball game.
Listen, hey, it's a ball game. It's not over until the 9th inning, the 3rd out. Right now, you got 1 out, bottom of the 7th. You just scored 2. You got to keep that momentum going. You got a new hitter up with Boss. Hopefully, he continues the route of hitting the baseball, putting it into play. Here is what you do. In my situation, I would bunt down the first baseline. The first baseman's playing back. Strike 1. You need to get Dan in at home plate. That's what you need. You need to bring that run in. If you don't bring that run in, I mean, you're never going to get back in this game. Strike 2. So Art Ross right now is facing an 0-2, 1 out, man on third, bottom of the 7th. What is he going to do next? 1-2 count.
1-2 count. This is going to be tough, but I think...
and I don't mean to cut you off. I think that right now you got a 1-2 count, 1 out. Art's got to come up with a hit. He's choking up on the bat.
2-2 count.
2-2 count.
He threw it in the dirt to see if he could bait him into swinging.
That's the thing. Some of these guys have played baseball for a long, long time. Even though they're not of a major league caliber, these guys have played ball since they were in Little League. We've all watched baseball. These are all baseball fans that play. That's a end of the bat knuckler down to first.
I mean, that was the run that they needed. It was a sacrifice run, but he still got it.
He got it. I'm trying to figure out why the first baseman decided to throw it home when the runner was already at home plate.
You never know until you try.
Well, that's true, but he already crossed home plate, so he was already safe. So
Brian Meldick up to bat now. Let's see if Brian can continue this streak going for him.
Well, like I said, no, you're down by 7 now. You're inching along, run by run by run by run. You're inching along. Strike 1. So Melnick's got to come up with a hit. He's got to get on base to keep this inning alive. You got 2 outs.
Low ball for a 1-1 count.
So right now we're looking at how do we extend this inning? How do we extend the game? And it happens by getting on base.
That's a 2-1 count.
So you got a 2-1 count on Melnick. Got to come up with something better here. You got to choke up on the bat. You got to put the ball in play. And the delivery, knuckler right
That's
over the first.
That's exactly what he needed to do.
Right over the first baseman's head. He's going to go try for 2.
He's digging for 2.
He's going to go for 3, my man. That ball is all the way in the right-hand corner of the baseball field. That's another triple for the Bravest.
He put it right back there in the corner, which is the hardest spot to get it and throw it out to.
He knuckled that ball. The only person that would have been able to get that ball is Bo Jackson. Now, I don't know if you remember who Bo was.
I thought he played for the Raiders.
He did play for the Raiders. He also played for the White Sox and the Royals.
The more you know.
The more you know. Bo knows. There's a little trivia question.
I still have my Tecmo Bowl from back in 1992, so.
There you go. So now you got Todd Suchek, again, one of the better hitters on the Bravest. Todd needs to extend this run and bring in the run from third base. If he can get that run in, now you're talking down by 6. You're inching. You're down.
Or down by. They would be down by 6. Excuse me. You're right.
They'll
need 6 to tie.
Right. Well, they need 7 to tie right now, but at this point, if the run comes in, they'll be down by 6. Todd's got a 1-1 count, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. How do we get that run in? Foul ball, good cut by Todd, but again, you got to put the ball in play. It's what we've been talking about all night long. Put the ball into play. If you can't put the ball into play, you're never going to get these runs. And right now, this is what the Bravest need, runs.
All they need is a nice little chop into right field, and they'll be set for at least one more run.
Oh, yeah. Pitcher gets in his windup, the delivery.
Outside, 2-2 count.
The catcher was looking at the umpire like that should have been a strike, but again, didn't get the corner.
I don't know. Some of these calls the umpires are making have been a little bit off, and I think they're starting to favor going into the Firefighters here. That was the strike.
Punch out.
Should have swung at it.
And Todd Suchek had a few choice words for the umpire. We'll be right back. We are back. Number 99, Lavelle Chandler's up the bat. And it's an 0-2 count. Top of the 8th. The Finest are up 10-3. George, what do you think is going to happen at this point? We're The Bravest is trailing by 7. They need to get out of this inning quickly.
Just a little bit of hope there last half inning, but Todd took a third look at strike, and they scored 3 Fire. But you know what? Baseball is, there's a reason why they have 27 outs. How boring is that? But if they put another 3 up next inning, they're kind of close then. Then they have the big 9th inning. So stay around, folks. Let's see what happens.
Baseball is one of those games that, it's a slow game. It's a methodical game. It's a game of strategy. What pitch do I throw? Do I pick the guy off at first? Do I throw it at first? Do I throw it down to second? It's all a strategic game like chess.
Let's see what Neufeld Chandler could do. 99 batting. Oh, there's a shot. That is a fair ball. So 99 put a charge into it.
Down the right field side. He's going down for 3. No.
So Lavelle comes up and delivers.
Lavelle does deliver. Officer Lavelle delivers. Popped it right over the first baseman Todd Suchek's head down the right field line and pulled up at second base. He may have had a triple, George, but he pulled up.
Here's Johnson, 52 now, another pinch hitter.
So right now what's happening, George, is that because they're up by 7, the finalists are emptying out their bench. They're allowing players that normally don't play get an opportunity to play in a beautiful major league ballpark. It's a dream come true for a lot of players.
Vince Macias is letting his guys get some swings, and Chandler came up with a nice hit, and now here's Johnson. So Vince is emptying the bench.
As my son to my left is saying, "Daddy," hi, Bubba. My 1-year-old hopefully will be playing in a major league ballpark in about 18 years. I hope.
I hope so. This
Maybe.
ballpark might not be here by then. They might move to the suburbs at that point.
Well, they're not the Bears, so we don't know. But I one day, get past where I got past and AAA, see if you can get into the MLB. So you got a 1-1 count, nobody out, man on second, Nick Johnson at the plate. Pitcher gets the signal, gets in the windup and the delivery. He threw behind him.
Yeah, behind him. Pisarek. Johnson stood still there, was behind him. So
just, I haven't seen that in, what was the guy's name on
in
the
a
Phillies?
long time.
Who was the guy in the Phillies that had the ball thrown behind him?
Yeah.
John Kruk.
John Kruk, right.
John Kruk had a ball thrown behind him by Mitch Williams and just freaked out. The wild thing. Well, right now the Braves are falling behind on this battery. They're a 3-1 count. Man at second. They cannot afford to let any more runs come through. They've just inched along with 3 runs in the previous inning.
The broadcast team here of Spiro Frentzas, Eric Baake, and yours truly, George Bliss. And the game is getting late, but I'm just enjoying it here as 52 takes a walk there, Spiro.
He did take a walk. He kept his eye what he wanted. So number 5, Steve Rollins is up to the plate. New pinch hitter. Got a man on first and second, George. Nobody out.
3 pinch hitters in a row for Vince Macias.
Okay, that was just, as Bob Uecker would say, just
and the pitcher's laughing.
So, as a former catcher, I understand the frustration that the catcher must have at this point, George. The pitch isn't finding the strike zone. It's not coming over the plate. It's at a point where you don't want it to be comical. Bases loaded, nobody out. The pitch and the delivery, foul ball down the third base side. George, this game can't be comical at this point. They've got to get an out. And if they got to pull a double play, you got a 1-1 count on Steve Rawlings, bases loaded. You don't want this to get away.
Infield is in on the edge. So if there's a hot ground ball to third or short, they're coming home, and I'll call it as it comes. There's the way inside.
So right now you got a 2-1 count again. You got to get the ball over the plate. Let them put the ball in play. You got to make an out.
Run, look out.
You got to make an out. Got a 3-1 count. You can't walk in or run. So his pitcher's got to take something off this next pitch just to make sure it gets over the plate. If he hits it, and hopefully hits it to somebody.
Yeah, hopefully your defense takes over. That's way up. So
Ball
those bases loaded.
Okay, bases are juiced. And again, now you got a new pinch hitter.
He was pitching, but now he's going to bat. Laflamme,
Laflamme.
who I know played some pretty good college ball, I'm told.
Yep. It was he Division 2 or Division 1?
Yeah, Tyler Laflamme. Let's see what Tyler's going to do here.
Delivery. Knuckleball right to the second baseman. They take the easy out at first. Run scores 11-3. You can't be giving up runs, George. Not when you're trailing.
Well, second baseman number 2 had no choice but to flip over to Todd over there at first base. So they don't get the RBI.
Well, like I said, you got to get the outs. If you don't get outs, you can't get out of the inning.
Well, here's Ruiz, Miguel Ruiz, a big lefty.
So right now you got one out, man on second and third. What do? You got to get him to force into a ground out.
Yeah, you would hope to get the ball to the right side. You can score the run. There it is to the right side. He's going to come home with it, and he airmails it. And it does almost hit our camera. And that ball was thrown 20 feet high and right into the screen.
Yeah.
You'll see it on the Facebook broadcast.
Well, here's the problem with that, George. Second baseman didn't set himself.
No.
He just gripped.
He was running and throwing. Yeah.
He just gripped and ripped it. Now you can run and throw if your body's positioned to throw it home, but your body wasn't positioned to throw it home. His release point was high.
Real high. Here's Juan Garcia. I saw that coming right in front of me.
Yeah.
That ball almost knocked off our camera here in our broadcast booth. Our neighbor here that's on Facebook doing the live broadcast.
Yeah, it's a brave man for putting up a camera up on the outside of the screen.
Well, you got to stabilize it somehow, and thank God it didn't hit it.
That's very true, George. The delivery, foul, down the third base side. Now, Juan has got to be able to put the ball in play. Juan's a big, heavy-set gentleman. Hopefully he can muscle the ball into the field of play. Got a 1-1 count, one out.
He's ready to swing. I can see he's looking. He swings, line drive to third.
Double play.
Doubles him off. So, finally, a defensive play there that helps fire a little bit, Spiro. We're going to the next half inning.
George, we'll see you in the next inning.
We'll be back right after this.
Rick Montenegro is a new pitcher from the finest. Bottom of the eighth. Hopefully we'll see some action here. The delivery. Ball one. Rodriguez at the plate. Took ball one. So hopefully we can see some action. Make this game a little bit more exciting. Nice hit to center field. But can of corn out.
That was just, I mean, as my old coach would say, that was a long fly ball to center field.
Yep. You know, as the great Vince Scully used to say, it's up, it's away, not far enough.
Going, not gone. But it isn't over till George sings, so
that is true.
We got a few innings to go before that happens.
Luis Saldana's at the plate. Took a wild cut at that pitch. You're down by 9 runs, 0-1, 1 out, bottom of the eighth. Saldanas is waiting for the delivery. Ball 1, 1 strike, 1 out. So we've got 2 innings for the Braves to catch up. You got 2-1 count. Saldanas is
he's just waiting for his pitch.
Waiting for his pitch. Listen, patience is a virtue in baseball. You know, I can remember a guy that was at the plate for 19 pitches and then got a walk. Chopper to second. Throw to first. Out number 2.
If he doesn't hit it, just not hard enough.
You know, the old saying is, you know, put the ball in play and run your heart out.
So now we got number 42, Miguel Morales, up to bat. Let's see what he can do entering in at his first at bat of the game.
So, again, you know, you're talking about some seasoned veterans. Hopefully they can put the bat on the ball and just get some runs going. Make this game a little bit more exciting.
Low ball in the dirt.
So you got an 1-0 count. You got a 1-0 count. The delivery. Strike. That was the pitch to hit. That was down the middle. Here's your opportunity to be a hero. You didn't swing. You just stood there and watched the pitch come in.
My coach said, I'd rather you go down
Swinging.
than not go down
Looking.
doing anything.
Well, nobody wants to go down looking. It just means you're not prepared. The delivery. High.
High inside for ball 2.
Yep, that's, at the end of the day here, again, we're watching firemen and police officers play a kid's game. Their main job is to protect us. This great city of ours. Foul ball over the first base dugout. Morales is still alive. You got a 2-2 count with a 2 out. Bottom of the 8th.
That one had quite a bounce on it. That hit like 4 different rows before it finally came to rest off the top of the dugout.
Well, some kid's going to have a baseball. Take it home. Have a little memento.
A lot of kids are going to have baseballs after tonight.
That is true. A lot of mementos. Chopper down towards the shortstop. Clean pick. Out number 3.
3 up, 3 down.
The problem is Morales doesn't have the wheels to get down first base fast enough. We'll be right back. We are back. Top of the 9th inning. Vargas is the new batter. Pitcher's waiting for a signal from the catcher. Into the windup, the delivery. Ball 1. Not much is known on Vargas, so we'll have to see what happens here. We got a 2-0 count. Top of the 9th inning. The finest are up 12-3. Bravest have 3 outs to go before they call it quits. That's a shot in the center field for a single. Vargas gets a nice little dinger in his debut at the plate. Right now we got Ramos at the plate. Man on first, nobody out. Hopefully, we'll see some more action. There's nothing like baseball. To me, watching guys play baseball is like heaven. It's like Field of Dreams to me. Playing and watching people play baseball is such a joy. It's such an American pastime. It is an absolute joy. Right now you got 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out, man on first. Ramos cuts it foul over the first base side. George, what do you take out of tonight's game?
Well, I love being here tonight. I'm looking for the miracle. We do. It is the top of 9, score 12-3. 12 runs, 15 hits for the police, and 3 runs, 5 hits, but 3 errors. The errors for Freyer. Yes, that's it. That's a big problem.
Those errors always tend to get you. I mean,
always.
I mean, the one error that the finest had gave up 3 runs.
Yeah.
So errors do get you. You got a 1-2 count, man on first, top of 9. Again, finest leading the Braves.
I want to thank, as I always do, PJ Freyer and all the folks here, and of course everybody in the White Sox front office, Mr. Reinsdorf, Mr. Pizer. All the guys in ticketing, and Joe was here tonight. Rokesh was here from CPD. Just announced that he was elected into the Chicago Police Hall of Fame. So
beautiful.
We're going to have Joe on next week. But
beautiful.
Fantastic. And Vince Macias, what a great job. Wearing number 30. Looking happy tonight.
I mean, he took over for Eric Diaz a number of years ago. And the great Eric Diaz, I mean, God bless him.
Where is Eric Diaz? Where are you, baby?
I believe he retired. I believe he was strike 3, first out. I believe Eric retired. He retired from the police department, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Well, he's living the life. I've seen him around town.
Eric did his duty. He served this great city of ours for over 20 years, and he deserves a well-deserved break from serving our community. I hope he enjoys his retirement. And it's time to pass the baton, as they say, to Vince.
Nobody's better than Vince.
Well, Vince has done a great job with this team. He's grown it. He's recruited great players. Pitcher checks the man at first.
Where does he find these guys?
Listen, some of these
police telephone. He's there.
Listen, some of these police officers play D1, D2 baseball. Yeah. That's a knuckle down to the second baseman. Are they going to turn 2? There's 1 and 2.
Well, there.
Great.
Nice defense there for Fire.
Great way to end an inning. Don't you think so, George? We'll be right back.
We'll be back with the final half inning right after this.
There you go.
Well, I want to thank everybody for listening to the broadcast here tonight on social media. I want to thank my good friend Spiro Frentzas
Thank you,
and Eric
George.
Baake. Yours truly, George Bliss, as we go into the bottom of the ninth inning here, 12-3. 9 runs, 10 runs would be the miracle finish that I've ever seen. And Spiro,
George,
let's have fun with the last half inning.
George, let's have some real fun. They got a new pitcher on the mound. We got a wonderful CPD Finest versus CFD Bravest annual championship trophy sitting in our desk.
Gorgeous,
here.
right by our desk.
It's a beautiful little trophy, and I think at the end of the game we get to present it to the winners, which at this point will be the Finest if the Braves don't pull off a miracle in the bottom of the ninth inning here.
So the first shot rests on the shoulders of Kochaney, number 23. If he can get on, the next guy will be number 26.
So right now we've got Kochaney at the plate, waiting for the pitcher to deliver the first pitch. So Ed is digging in. He got the signal from the catcher. Pitcher goes into his delivery. The windup, the delivery, ball one. George, miracles can happen. Remember the 1980? Remember the 1980 hockey team?
Yeah.
Miracles can happen.
Vince is asking us for PJ Freyer.
Yeah, PJ's going to be delivering the trophy here. As Eric takes that to PJ. So you got a 1-1 count. Bottom of the ninth inning. Bravest trailing the Finest 12-3.
Check swing there.
Check swing. I see what it is. I think it's ball 2. No, strike 2.
Does call a strike on the check. Yeah.
They call a strike on the check. I think Kochaney was a little surprised by that.
Yeah.
I think I was a little surprised by that.
The umps are a little slow here. Not that I would ever criticize them, but
No,
they're a little slow to raise the hand.
Understandable. Understandable. You know, these are umpires that come out and donate their time to this wonderful game. Inside, you got a 2-2 count.
Beautiful trophy.
Oh yeah, it's
PJ
beautiful.
Freyer, who is working here at the park, a wonderful, wonderful person. It
still-
looks like she's either going to present it or do something cool with it.
I don't know what she's going to do with it. They haven't told us yet, George.
PJ Freyer,
I've known PJ for almost
forever.
20 some odd plus years.
Illinois Sports Authority.
Yep. Got a 3-1 count. Ball 4.
Well, there's her first walk.
There you go. Man on base. It all starts the man on base. Let's see what Brett's last name is. Scharnhorst.
Scharnhorst. Brett wants to slow it down. See? So they're going to put a little courtesy runner in here now.
There you go.
Number 6 is going to go out there.
Get a little speed demon on. The pass pitcher is going to be a pinch runner here, George. You got a man on first. Nobody out. Bottom of the ninth. Let's see what the Braves do now.
I'm curious if first is, they are going to hold him. And first baseman's got to watch it. You got a lefty. If it gets past him,
I don't know why they're holding him.
he's off.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, first base is getting wide off. So.
You know what, George? When you're up this many runs, you really shouldn't be holding the runner on. It's common courtesy, but baseball's baseball. Pitcher goes into his windup. The delivery. You got a 1-1 count, George.
Way outside.
Just a bit outside. Didn't quite catch the outside corner.
No, not even close.
Pitcher's waiting for the signal from the catcher. He accepts it. Goes into his windup. First base. Nothing. Runner safe at first.
Nice move there. Snap throw to first.
That was a very nice move.
Close play. That would have been something. A pickoff would have been incredible there.
That would have been something to add to the game highlights, I guess.
Yeah, I would say so. The Bravest versus the Finest. This is down to the bottom of the ninth.
Nobody out. Man on first. High. Ball high. 2-1 count. Now, what you don't want to happen here is allow the Braves to start getting some momentum. because it could all fall apart on you in a blink of an eye. And we've seen that happen, George. So you got a 2-2 count. Brett swung at a high one. So right now we've got to see what's going to happen next. He's going to choke up on the bat, make sure he gets around on it, and puts the ball into play.
Yeah, like Rizzo. Get a little piece of this.
That's all you need, a little piece. Delivery. Nice shot down the third base side. Between the third baseman and shortstop. Advances the man to second base. You got a man on first and second, George. Nobody out. That's
got
the
good
most
wood
important
on that,
thing.
Spiro. Got good wood there.
Listen, he choked up. You have to at this point. You have to choke up because it gives you the opportunity not to swing late on a ball. And what did he do? He put it right between the shortstop and the third baseman. Perfect place for the ball to be to get that run from first to second. Marty Knoll at the plate. Man on first and second, nobody out. The delivery. Strike one. George, what do you see? A little momentum changer here.
Well, I see, this pitcher here is being a little tight. He's working quickly from the stretch. There's a swing and a strike.
Marty swung. He's a little flat-footed, George. I've been seeing that a lot tonight. Is some of these players are swinging flat-footed.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
They're not as loose as they should be at the plate.
You got to play every day, Spiro. You know that.
I know. As a former player, you get that. And being someone that got paid. Let's see, out at first, man at second and third, one out. As someone that was paid to play professional baseball, you see the difference because you're practicing every day, you're playing every day, you're being coached every day. It's a little bit different.
Let me say this: everybody on this field in the red and in the blue, police and fire.
Yep.
I just say it, are working triple shifts.
Yeah.
And this is because of the issue in the city today.
Yep.
So they don't have a lot of time, honestly,
practice.
to take out.
Yeah,
These guys work around the clock. And I just want people to understand that, listening to our broadcast, that I certainly appreciate their double and triple shifts. I just do.
Look,
what they do is amazing.
For me, I look at it this way. They're overworked, underpaid. They sacrifice
all of the above.
All of the above. They sacrifice their lives for us to protect us in this beautiful city we call Chicago. Right now, you got an 0-1 count. High ball, ball one strike, one out. Man on second and third. George, Bobby Mancini has got to deliver here. He's got to put the ball in play. You get 2 more runs and 3 more runs. Now you got a different type of ball game. 2-1 count.
He's coming in high.
2-1 count. Bobby's got to be patient at the plate because this pitcher hasn't really found his groove yet. It's a new pitcher. Do you want to be the guy that gives up 10? Pop fly should be caught by the first baseman. Out number 2.
So nice pop up there. Nice play defensively at first base.
Down to your last out. You don't want to leave these, George. You do not want to leave these guys stranded at second and third.
And here's Dakota Pisarcik, one of the better players in Chicago.
Dakota's the catcher for the team here.
Yeah.
He took over Tom Healy's place.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Tom retired several years ago.
Yeah.
Very good catcher. Passed the baton to Dakota. Hopefully Dakota does.
Young, great player. Dakota swings, falls off the first one over the top of us.
Oh, it was right over our heads here.
12 to 3 here. 2 outs, bottom of 9. Spiro, this is it.
It's every kid's dream. Bottom of the 9th. Hit that long ball home run.
Oh, that'd be something right now.
Ball 1, strike 1. 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. The Braves are trailing by 9, George. It's not a good place to be.
Number 33. See if we can put a jolt to it.
That almost nicked him. George.
Inside. Turned his shoulder. Got away from it.
Right now, it's a umpire showing different signals here, but we're back at it. Delivery. There you go. That's the one that you're looking for. That's over the head. That's gone. That's a ground rule double, George. brings in 2. So the Braves are coming back, George, with 2 outs at the bottom of the 9th. It's a dream come true.
Spiro, that ball almost left the park. It bounced right on the warning track, and that hard gravel bounced into the stand. That was a high, long, deep major league swing there by Dakota.
Listen,
Sarek.
George, you're looking at about 385 feet where he hit that.
That was close.
That's respectable.
Yeah. Better than respectable. That's major. Here's Pedretti.
Pedretti sitting there with there's some jawing going on between the fire and the police. I don't know what just happened here. What just happened here, George?
I don't know. We'll get this afterwards. Something with the guys touching home plate, but they count it. 12-5, 2 runs in.
2 runs in. Man on second, 2 outs. Dan Pedretti is at the plate, George. The delivery, a little bit low. Ball 1.
So Dakota delivered a major shot there.
Exactly what I said. He's got to choke up in the bat and put the ball in play. And look what he did. Did he ever? The delivery hits
and that
him.
hits 15.
Hits Dan.
So he gets first base. He seems a little upset there.
He hit Dan right in the back. And that's no fun.
Crowd getting a little crazy here for Fire on the third base side.
We've got about 6, maybe 7,000 people here tonight. It's amazing how all these families are out here supporting these ball players and these policemen and firemen.
So Vince Macias calls a timeout. He comes out, talks to his pitcher, and I know what he told him. Relax, throw strikes, such a defense takeover. Vince is running back, but that's number 30, the captain.
Right, and he's telling his pitcher, listen, we're up by 7.
Yeah.
There's no reason to panic.
Yeah.
You got 1 guy in front of you, got 2 outs, the bottom of the 9th. It's over. You get this guy out, it's
12
over.
12
to 5. First pitch strike. So whatever Vince said must have worked to calm his pitcher down. George, you're 2 strikes away from ending this game here.
Let's see what Ross can do. Number 24, Art Ross.
Art puts one up in the air out in right field towards behind the bag. Out number 3. Game over. 12-5. Finest over Bravest. George?
Wonderful, wonderful game here. Vince Macias' team comes out with a big effort. 12-5. Pop up to first base. Everybody shaking hands out here. What a wonderful night for these wonderful people that work for our city. I send my love to all of them.
You know who the big winners are? The Chicago Fire, Chicago Police. They're both the big winners tonight. They have an opportunity to play at a major league ballpark and be kids again.
So they're lined up, Eric, and shaking hands. Had a great time tonight.
Absolutely. This was a really well-played ball game. I don't think we could have asked to see anything better than this.
No, this is just amazing.
Eric Baake there.
PJ is going to hand out
PJ
a
Freyer
trophy
right in front of us. Yeah.
Yes, and hand out a trophy.
Gorgeous.
To probably the finest who won tonight's ball game.
You got it.
It's just an amazing night. Absolutely amazing night.
Everybody shaking hands. So wonderful to see. A lot of pictures will be forthcoming on social media.
Oh, it's just amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to see all these pictures. It's utterly amazing, George. Utterly amazing.
12 runs, 15 hits.
1 error for the finals.
Yeah, 1 error and then for Fire. 5 runs, 7 hits. They made it respectable.
Yeah, if they pulled in those other 3 runs, it would have been closer. It would have been more exciting. But you're right. It's a respectable game. They did their hearts out.
So on behalf of everybody here at this wonderful ballpark owned by the Chicago White Sox, George Bliss,
Spiro Frentzas,
Eric Baake saying, God bless America. See you next year, everybody.
See you next year.